Picture this. Nintendo's next 50 games flop so badly that they go bankrupt, and then the head offices blow up or something and they cease to exist. 100 years from now, a retro game enthusiast puts together a 15-game collection of Nintendo's work to represent what Nintendo is. What 15 games would make up this list? That's exactly what I asked my friends, and the directions that we each went were quite different. Oh, and I'm top left, Oscar, then Lalith is Hornet, Zach is the helicopter, and that leaves James. Enjoy!
Okay, so let's start with the games that we all have at the bottom of the list, roughly in order from least impactful to most impactful. James, would you like to start?
Me? Okay, so at the bottom of my list, I have Astral Chain.
Okay, Zach.
Yeah, I got Splatoon.
Okay, Astral Chain, Splatoon, Lalith.
Xenoblade 1.
Xenoblade
Damn.
1. And for me, I have DK94 on the Game Boy.
Okay.
Ooh.
Would we like... Let's start with your explanations first, James. Why Astral Chain?
No, Astral Chain to me kind of represents both the weirder games which Nintendo helped support, because while Nintendo didn't first party develop, they funded and published, and it's a Nintendo IP, unlike
I
Bayonetta,
can
which
see
is
that.
owned by Platinum Games.
Mm-hmm.
This spot was in contention between Astral Chain and Cadence of Hyrule. For
That is
context, but I
insane.
went with Astral Chain because I liked it more, but Cadence as well felt like it represented Nintendo's sometimes willingness to support other developers while creating stuff, and also helps display a different genre of games which Nintendo doesn't often explore. Of you don't really have a lot of character action games, which Nintendo are in charge of.
That is true.
Like it's not the
Okay.
biggest game. Like I feel like it's probably only on my list. However, it's also just a game that I really liked and is one of the underrated gems of the Switch generation.
Okay, I can see that opinion. We'll get to the round table after everyone's had their shot at explaining. Zach, why Splatoon? And why so low?
Oh, so
It's only low because I haven't played it. Splatoon 1, isn't that the big one? I thought Splatoon 1 was the one most people played. Like, that was the one that really brought it out of the woods.
I'm fairly sure that was two.
Because I've never...
Sorry, you go.
I
was
thought,
more
okay,
popular.
one friend that played competitive,
We-
I thought played mostly 1. So that's why I
No, the
that.
competitive scene kind of updated with each game. Like, there were still people who played 1 and 2, but nowadays, well, 1, you have the problem of Wii U servers don't really exist anymore, and 2 has the problem of 3 being on the same console, so finding lobbies kind of difficult.
But as far as
Right,
legacy
well-
goes, 1 was obviously the most impactful.
1 was the first one, yeah.
Okay.
The reason it's so low is simply because I've never played it. Like, it's not a great excuse, but
No,
I
that's
can't really
fair.
give it higher if I'm not really impacted by it.
Lalith, why Xenoblade and why
my
so low?
choice of- Well, alright, so everyone knows about Operation Rainfall, right?
I would assume so.
This is where you
Yeah,
edit it in
I
after.
think,
Yeah, I'm gonna get an epic cut where I like put on YouTuber voice, but yeah.
Operation Rainfall was a video game fan campaign in the early 2010s where fans in North America were clamoring for a set of 3 games, Xenoblade Chronicles, The Last Story, and Pandora's Tower, to come to the Wii. And the campaign was eventually acknowledged and we got Xenoblade. That's the long and short of it. That's the short version. It's more interesting than that if you want to Google it.
I think that was a pretty cool turning point for the company. Like, fans trying to like encourage the company to bring more exclusive games to a wider audience. And the reason I put it so low actually was because, well, I don't think like Xenoblade is a game for everyone, but like one specifically, I don't think it's a game for everyone.
Are we
but
talking Wii or definitive?
I think
Or
honestly,
3DS.
Either not 3DS, but I feel like people should experience one or the other, just to
If you
get a
had
feel
to
of
pick,
like Nintendo's more I don't know, niche titles, I guess.
okay, but can you please specify, if you would put in the collection the Wii version or definitive?
I'd say just definitive because it's what came out more recently.
As an
Okay.
additional note, Project Rainfall didn't actually affect us because of being in Australia. That was in a exclusively America.
Yeah, that's why I
Hence the
said
British voice
more of like. Didn't I say more of the
Yeah,
Western world? I
And
felt
we were
like I
all
said
just
that.
goo goo gaga at the time, so it wasn't really our biggest priorities. But
I
okay,
was-
and sorry, were you gonna say something else?
No, I was trying to think of a quip.
Oh,
I feel like he was almost about to dox his
Just
name.
trying to be
Yeah.
funny, but then he realized he's not.
failed Marvel
No,
character.
that's not. Shut up.
Not even well. Okay, and for mine, I put DK94, which I'm sure most of you know. It's effectively the progenitor of the Mario and DK series that came out on the Game Boy, and it's like got a fake out where the beginning of the game is it's effectively Donkey Kong on arcade, but just slightly prettier. But then you beat Donkey Kong on arcade, and you're like, okay, now what? And then the game starts. It's really awesome, and it's a very cute puzzle game, and it represents, to me at least, a lot of what they do with the spin-offs and handheld titles a lot of the time. Plus, I didn't have anything for the Game Boy, and I think it's one of the Game Boy's best games. That is not, Tetris, which I wouldn't count. So,
Interesting, nothing for the Game Boy.
besides that, for me, I probably shouldn't have given that away. Let's, does anyone have any
Pointless.
objections for number 15? So, James, what were you going to say?
I would personally say Splatoon is higher, which might be reflected later in my list. However, I get
Might.
why you
Smile.
it might.
I just haven't played it. It's a bit unfair to say.
which is fair.
I've only played
Every other
about
game.
2/3 of my
can't wait for
list.
your next
So
game to
that's
secretly be. I can't wait for your next.
I've played
game to,
every
like,
other
Be
game.
Star Fox Zero.
I have not beat
Okay,
DK94.
All three Star Fox fans are going to be raging when I release my list.
I have beaten Astral Chain.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Have you
people-
beaten?
Yeah,
Have you
Astral-
beat Xenoblade?
You
Lol?
beat-
Maybe.
Maybe,
Perhaps.
maybe
Sure,
not.
you've beaten Xenoblade. What?
I
That was
have,
the
I
joke.
have. Just
No. Also, I will surprise all of you.
I don't know. We have
Xenoblade
Oscar
1 is
in this
not
group.
on my list.
we do.
Say that again,
I've
please,
beaten
James.
Definitive Edition. Sorry.
This will surprise you. Xenoblade 1 is not on my list.
Oh.
You know,
Wow.
that doesn't surprise me because I think you were thinking about the question a little different than I was. But then also, hang on, having Astral Chain but no Xenoblade is wild, actually.
Yeah, what?
For you.
I just realized.
Look,
the
for
fuck?
context, Xenoblade 1 is my favorite game of all time.
Yeah.
No, the viewers just knew that. James.
Yeah, no, they've been following for the last,
very wise
2
viewers.
appearances you've had? Okay,
Wait, what,
shall
I
we
beat
move
the
on to...
Xenoblade guy,
And Oscar's
and
favorite
I
game is
wasn't
Chibi
no
Robo,
Pokemon.
by the way.
Shall we
Oscar's
move on to
favorite
number
game is
14?
Danganronpa.
Yeah.
Okay, number 14. James, would you like us to start?
Number 14 for me is Metroid Dread.
Okay, and Zach?
14 for me was Donkey Kong Country 2.
DKC2, nice.
Not a Nintendo.
Lolth?
It's a published. We're allowing that, right?
Yeah.
Yee-wee.
Mario Wonder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then for me, I put Xenoblade Definitive. Let's hear your rationale,
Okay.
James.
So, I felt like Metroid had to be on the list somewhere. I'm not the biggest Metroid fan. I've only beaten 4 Metroid games, I want to say. But I
Okay.
like Metroidvanias, and overall, Super Metroid probably should be on there because it's the fan favorite, nostalgia, all of that stuff. But I felt like Dread, I enjoyed more because Super Metroid does struggle with a lot of elements of its time, where it's not bad, but it's lacking a lot of quality of life features, which makes some games like Metroid Dread a lot more approachable. Although I will say there's a lot of elements of Metroid Dread I'm not the biggest fan of as well. But I felt like needed a Metroid game. Metroid Dread is probably my favorite Metroid game, and it represents the series quite well. So yeah.
Okay. Donkey Kong. I'm not surprised that it's on your list, but I'm very surprised it's so low.
Well, did you think it was going to be higher?
I thought you'd put it like number 3.
No. Look, I love the game, and I try to be pretty objective with my listing, but it does have issues. It is old, but what it does have is great atmosphere, great music, really fun and tight controlling. Like, honestly, some of the best controls I've ever felt in a video game, at least a 2D platformer. And this game was made in like 93, which is crazy. I really love the art style as well. I think it's fantastic. I just think it's not a great descriptor, but the vibes are just really good and it's really fun. But yeah,
That's fair enough.
Like it's Donkey Kong Country 2. It's not even its first game. It's just a 2D platformer and not a particularly special one. It's only special to those who know it. You know, it's not like a household name.
Yep.
Those who know.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my rationale behind it.
All right. I'm still a little confused as to why it's so low, but we can get to that bit later, I'm sure.
There's a lot of other games, yeah.
Yeah. Lilith, why Mario 1 though, of all things?
I feel
Yeah.
like no, it's a very charming game.
Do you think it
That's all I
represents
have
the Mario series in 2D?
I mean, foreshadowing, but like, I'd say it's like one of them. I think.
Remember,
like,
viewers, watch till the end of the video to
Mario.
find out which other 2D Mario Lilith has put in his top 5.
This is insane.
Yeah. I don't know. I take more of a bit of a modern look at like these kinds of lists, right? So
You think it would be better to put in the games that they've had
Something
more
that's
time
around
to iterate on, rather than the ones that started it?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like the 2D Mario games, just in general, I think amongst them, like, Wonder stands out because for a seemingly simple game on the surface, it did have a bit of depth when I played it. And I really think it does encompass, like, the whole, like, couch play kind of feeling.
Oh, so
really well.
multiplayer. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I didn't consider the fact that it had that. I think of the multiplayer 2D Mario as being New Super
I
Wii,
think-
personally.
I think the reason it's placed on the list a bit lower is because it's a bit too new, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I guess it hasn't got as much of a legacy.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, and then for me, I put Xenoblade low because I didn't want to put the Wii game on, because I don't think that is, like, the best version of the game. But also, same points as earlier, I think representing Project Rainfall and the transition in company ideas when they started losing money in the Wii U era and late Wii era was interesting, and Xenoblade 1's a fantastic game, and having,
never
like,
beaten.
shut up, a modern remake on the list, I figured, is something that they like doing. And having a modern remake, like, you know, Switch era, they do that a lot nowadays. So having something to represent remakes, it really encapsulates the brand.
Not a remake.
Remaster, you know
It
what I
ain't
mean.
not a remake, no.
They added health
Damn, this
bars.
Xenoblade game must be good. For time to play half the game, still put it this high.
Hey, I played until the final boss, okay?
You missed
This
most of the
sucks.
key game mechanics, did none of the side play.
Played through on the easy mode and still
No,
got
I
stuck.
swapped to easy mode afterwards.
And then lost.
Still, look, okay, let's move on to number 13, guys. Number 13. James.
Okay. Animal Crossing New Leaf.
New Leaf, not New Horizons.
Okay,
New
Zach.
Leaf. I love New
Metroid.
Leaf.
Okay, this is my only hear me out. So I feel like spiritually and mechanics wise, the three Metroid Prime games are very similar. So I'm wondering if I can throw in the collection. If
Pick
not,
one.
I'd just say Prime 1. Prime 1 then.
I think it's a bit too much to have all three. Let's go Prime 1. Okay. Lilith?
I had Donkey Kong Country. I haven't played any of them, but like I just thought it should be on the list.
1.
I think 2 should be over 1. That's
Right.
just
Yeah,
And-
I haven't played them. I just had. So.
And then for me, this is probably also my biggest hear me out on the whole list. I've got Rhythm Heaven.
wow.
One.
Ooh.
Like-
On DS,
two?
the first one.
Oh,
So
Okay.
James, let's explain
So-
your new Leaf.
cool. For context, I have only ever played like 2 hours of New Leaf, like back when I was
Awesome.
much younger. So I'm a big Animal Crossing fan. I played 4 hours of New Horizons and thought it was just alright. But you need an Animal Crossing game on here. It would feel wrong to not have an Animal Crossing game on here. I'm sure everyone else has an Animal Crossing game on here.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
who
man.
know.
Yeah, man.
Those who know.
And it was between New Leaf and New Horizons. New Horizons, you have the whole thing around COVID and lockdown and everyone using it to connect. However, New Horizons also had a lot of backlash because of the amount of content they cut out from New Leaf just to add in updates over time. Well, at the point of recording, we're still waiting on the upcoming Switch 2 edition, which is going to add even more stuff.
This is
But
true.
New Leaf always seemed to be, from what I heard, the fan favorite of the Animal Crossing games. This might just be
Lilith
because
is the
haven't
fan.
been
I
around, but
played-
everyone seemed to.
I
Lilith
played
is the
so
fan.
much New Leaf. Yeah,
But
like-
people seem to just generally like New Leaf. I also wanted something to represent the 3DS because let's just double check it. I do not have any 3DS games on here besides New Leaf. So it also fits that.
I thought I didn't care about console and stuff at all. I just did games with horror. So
But
don't be expecting like
Okay.
you know.
I definitely did one for each
where's your
system at
Virtual
least.
Boy reps, guys? Wait, you have a Virtual Boy game?
Uh,
A Wii U game?
I do have a Wii U game, thank you
You have
very
a
much.
Game
Yeah, I
Boy-
just Splatoon 1 and
You have a Game
What's
Boy
that one
Color
with that?
game? You have
That's
new
the
Nintendo
same.
3DS game?
Let's move on, shall we? So Metroid Prime. If you had to pick just Prime 1, why do you think
would be
this
Prime 1,
deserves to be in 15 games to represent Nintendo?
There's got to be a Metroid game in there. Prime 1's the one I played. Prime 1 felt the most creative. Like, Dread was kind of a callback to the original NES type games, which was cool and definitely better. But, like, Prime 1 is really fun, man. And it's really creative. And it's also cool. I haven't really seen, like, an FPS puzzle game is not really something I've thought of before. I'm sure it exists somewhere, but
Isn't that just
when
Portal?
I played, I just thought it was. That might be Portal, but this game came before Portal, so it inspired Portal. I'm gonna run with
Okay.
that.
Yep.
The game is fun. The art style is great. It's an FPS again. I don't know. It's just my Metroid rep. I
That's
thought
alright.
it was more fitting than Dread.
Would you put remastered or the original?
I like the original more. I think I tend to go for originals over the
It would-
remaster, just because it's not really the same thing. Unless there's like massive quality of life changes, which may or may not be mentioned later. But yeah, there's.
I do
I
think
don't know.
that
I
putting
just
the
thought it was my
original,
Metroid rep.
it has this sort of clunkiness with like the aiming and stuff. That's sort of a good idea to show someone in 100 years from now.
I
The
can't wait to
rough
see your
transition to 3D. Uh-huh.
I can't wait to see your number 12 be Metroid Prime remastered.
Me?
That would be funny.
That would be
no.
funny,
No,
though.
No, well,
No, sack.
look, I played Prime 2 Prime on the Wii, which was much better.
Oh, with new
So
play
that's why I
control,
never really
like
had problems.
the cursor.
The trilogy.
Yeah, it's the cursor. Yeah, you
Oh,
can play
right,
the trilogy on
okay.
the Wii, which yeah, that's how I did it, and that's why I never had problems controlling it.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking the single stick aiming on the GameCube, which is a little odd. But let's move on to DKC 1. Same points as DKC 2 because you haven't played it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. Like, you just kind of have to have a Donkey Kong game on here, I think.
Yeah, mine was
definitely
DK94.
I wonder
And
if
then,
I
I
have
do
a
think
Donkey
that
Kong. Foreshadowing, I might have a Donkey Kong game.
Right.
I wonder if Bonanza will be thrown in there.
Well, you'll have to
Stay
wait
to
and
the end,
see.
viewers.
Yeah, maybe.
And then for me, I decided to put Rhythm Heaven because I knew that there was a big period of Nintendo's history in the DS era where they were just on some bullshit for 5-year-olds, right? And I was trying to toss up between something like Nintendogs, that Mii game, not Miitopia. Yeah, Miitopia, the one originally released on the DS in Japan. Or Rhythm Heaven, or something like that, right? But then I was thinking about what I've played, and Rhythm Heaven represents a unique, weird sort of fast-paced genre. I think like WarioWare, that they did a lot in the past and not doing so much now. And it's actually just also a good game. So I figured having some weird, wacko children's DS game that also happens to be a good game would be a good shout for an idea to encapsulate Nintendo, personally.
Oscar's next game is going to be personal trainer cooking on the DS.
It's actually
Fucking
Ring Fit
nice.
Adventure,
Personal
bro.
trainer.
100
also,
classic books.
River Heaven's a good shout.
I actually really like the Rhythm Heaven shout.
Never played it. I do think it should be Country 2, which I've said about 4 times, but other
Thing is,
than
know-
that,
we'll find out.
oh,
We don't actually
New
play
Leaf over
games.
New Horizons is interesting.
I would agree with
No.
that take personally. I haven't
don't.
played New Leaf, but New Leaf is so much more what Animal Crossing kind of is, right?
Also, for context, I do mean New Leaf Welcome Amiibo. If
For all
Any
the
of you
people that
care?
care. Yeah.
well, you know the differences. You love Amiibo. Oscar,
Yeah, true.
John Amiibo. What's the difference? What does Welcome Amiibo add?
Well, you get to welcome them with Amiibo, you see.
Good point.
Zach, to add on to yours real quick, I do not have Donkey Kong Country, any of them, on my list, but it was absolutely in the honorable mentions, and I had 2 over 1 as well. So,
Yeah,
are
I'm
we
not
ready to
surprised.
move on?
You don't not really. I know you play some platformers, I guess.
Yep.
My 2 favorite franchises are platformers. I just don't play Donkey Kong.
You know, Oscar just
Yeah,
doesn't
well,
play
that's
games.
why. You constantly. For the fans at home, Oscar couldn't suck data, and that's why he didn't play it. He said it felt bad because it doesn't feel like a Mega Man.
No, that's not the only reason. But that's a different
That was
discussion, right?
probably had with Castlevania as well. To be fair.
And then I saw the vision. Okay, moving on. That is number 15, 14, 13, 12. Number 12, James.
My number 12 is Kirby Return to Dreamland, specifically Deluxe because it's a better game.
Zach, what's your game?
This is a kind of bold take, but I put Melee at 13.
Smash Melee. That's 12, you mean, but yeah.
Oh, 12. I can count, guys. Trust me. bro.
Numbers are made up.
I'll trust you.
Really just a
Lawless?
construct.
Everything's made up.
Whoa.
I had Fire Emblem Awakening.
Awakening. Okay, and then for me, at that slot, I had also Kirby, but Kirby Superstar Ultra on the DS.
Oh.
Ah.
So, James, I would like you to pitch to me why we need another Switch Kirby remake. Why this one of all of them?
Well, so this was between 2 Kirby games for me. Being Kirby, because you need a Kirby game. Like, he's Kirby. Poyo. But either between Return to Dreamland to be fair, it could be kind of interchangeable between the Wii version or the Switch version. The Switch version adds more content. Some people don't like the art style change. I don't mind it, but because Kirby Return to Dreamland it's kind of your bog standard Kirby, but that's what makes it so good.
New Super Kirby Bros.
It was also the first Kirby game we had in a while, because we had a couple on like handheld as like smaller games of Amazing Mirror and Squeak Squad. But last like console Kirby game before that would have been Kirby 64, The Quest for the Crystal Shards, I want to say.
It is Crystal Shards, no quest.
Oh, so close. Well, and Return to Dreamland is just a cozy Kirby game. It was almost Forgotten Land, but I felt like because that's where Kirby's progressing to in 3D, representing where Kirby began and what he's more well known for the 2D games was more important.
I can see that perspective.
And yeah, you want to discuss your
Melee.
Kirby pick next, so we stay on
Yeah,
Kirby.
okay. We can stay on Kirby.
I was
Superstar
gonna
Ultra.
Do you guys have any questions about Kirby?
I've never played it.
Return to Dreamland.
Yeah.
I played
Trust
it
me, I
once.
played games, remember?
I played it like a couple times at like a friend's place, but I just remember that it was really charming.
I haven't played Return to Dreamland. I've tried a couple of the Kirby games, but I picked Superstar Ultra because Superstar on the SNES is like considered to be, you know, the whatever the opposite of a dog's breakfast is. That's like the bee's knees. That's the phrase I was looking for.
A cat's dinner.
A cat's dinner. Yeah, cat's dinner. A lovely tuna pie. But I thought it was just okay. But it really encapsulates what Kirby is. But same logic as James, really. It's cozy, it's beloved, it encapsulates what Kirby is. I just went with another DS game because I think that was a good era to represent, and it's one that I've played.
Yeah, you've actually played it?
I haven't beaten it, but I've definitely played a good
Did you
few
beat
hours.
any of the modes?
I think I beat one of
Oscar's
them.
actually played a video game.
My only problem with Superstar is how it's split up into the smaller modes. I know that's the main point, which makes
Yeah.
it interesting, but it makes everything feel a lot more fragmented.
I would agree, but that's also, you could look at it the other way and say it's however many games in one. Whoa.
But that's all Kirby games do. You know how like Kirby,
Yeah, there's like the spicy curry mode or whatever with the
Kirby
boss rush.
or like Team Kirby Clash was a mode in
And the
one of
DDD
3DS
Drum
Kirby
Deluxe
games.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kirby Blowout Blast.
Team Kirby Clash was in a Robo Planet
Right.
Robot, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and Kirby
Yeah.
Fighters, which now has a sequel on. I say now has a sequel on Switch that
Shall we...
came out years ago.
It's like 6 years ago or something. Shall we move on? Smash Melee. That is
I
a
feel like
very
that one's
interesting
pretty
pick.
self-explanatory.
Melee?
Well, Melee does one thing and does one thing only. It's competitive. I feel like this was the competitive game I want to put in. I know Splatoon's there, but this is the good mix of competitive and fan run. That's really the whole spirit behind what makes Nintendo popular, is that their fans are stupidly devoted to it, which is very similar to Melee.
I guess. I was expecting
It's just
completely
the
disagree.
technical competitive game.
But no, I see what you mean.
I feel like it's not that hard to understand. Like it does one thing. It's Melee. It's like the game.
I just
If you want to break your
personally
controller and be silly.
didn't want to represent competitive sort of gaming because that's not really what
Can
I
I
feel
say-
Nintendo's about.
No, but I think the fan devotion is.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
believe
mean. You
she-
kind of
that-
swayed me.
Might have another Smash Bros. Game. On
Yeah,
your
that
list,
may or may not
or
be the
you.
case as well.
So I won't ask my question yet. But I was,
Okay.
it's interesting to have Melee there, given what you might have later.
Lolith.
I just think they're very different in what they
Hello.
bring.
Awakening.
Fire Emblem
Awakening so low or so high. I don't know. Why Awakening?
I put Awakening there because, like, well, Fire Emblem was something that was, like, never really on people's radar, right? Like, say for, like, the GBA, like,
In the West,
games.
yeah.
In the West, yeah. But, Awakening in particular put it on the radar again, didn't it?
Agreed.
I think it was the
It was
first
the
one
last
that had
chance.
English dub from
Yeah.
memory.
No, Ike had English, didn't he? On the Wii? Maybe I'm thinking of just like the clips he says in Smash, but I'm fairly sure Ike did. Either way, I agree that
Maybe he
Awakening
did.
definitely put it on the map. At least in the public eye. And is that your main reason, just the popularity you haven't played it?
Yeah, I haven't played it. I want to someday, but I want to play Three Houses first, probably.
I started Fire Emblem Awakening, but I did not get very far, unfortunately.
That
You're
does
not,
not surprise me.
you're not a JRPG guy.
No, they've had very
Yeah, that's-
off-putting like stump
That's,
feet.
that's another channel's bit. You can't take that.
Okay, Oscar doesn't play games at all.
Yeah, I
I've
hate
heard
video
Oscar
games.
say Muck Monday about 40 times. I think we can steal other channels' bit.
Everything is stolen, even the background. That's P Jiggles. The name
Yeah, why did
is.
you do that, by the way? That's a weird shot. Why do you...
I like P
everyone's gonna
Jiggles.
have to be like, yeah, you're just... Yeah, but don't rip
We-
him off.
Yeah, we haven't made any references to Oscar SDing yet, so we're fine.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. That's a
Like,
bit
so
meta,
much
isn't it?
content do we have on this channel aside from like Render Origins?
That nothing, but that's like all of my content.
Yeah, exactly.
This will be
I'm
cut.
still
So...
waiting for. I'm still waiting for the November pickups.
No, you're not. You're not gonna
fans-
watch that
The
shit.
fans are clamoring for November.
November ain't even over yet, bro.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but like I want day by day pickups now.
Today I
Oh,
found a
okay.
cool rock.
Content.
Okay, moving on. We're gonna be here all night. So that's number
I can do this all.
12. Number 11. For number 11, James, what have you got?
For number 11, it's another Switch game. It's Mario Party Superstars.
Superstars.
I agree with
Okay.
Superstars if you're going to put in Mario Party.
Zach?
Wait, no deductions, oopsies. For 11, I have Super Mario 3.
Mario 3. Lawless?
I have Kirby's Return to Dreamland.
Okay. And I have Pikmin on the GameCube.
Lol, if we were so
Really?
close.
I know.
Isn't it now retroactively Pikmin 1?
Yeah, it's Pikmin 1.
No, that's the Switch. That's the Switch one only. I refuse to see that. But let's see why Mario Party and why Superstars.
So, Mario Party is the Nintendo franchise which has the most entries on N64. They didn't make a sequel to Super Mario 64, but they made 3 Mario Parties on that console.
I mean,
James, I had to
technically.
take in at least one of them. You gotta understand.
But
Yeah,
more so, I personally really like Mario Party. It basically takes board games and turns it into a video game. I know, shocking, but there are so many games now which have been inspired by Mario Party. You have the Garfield World of Lasagna. You have Lego Party. You have
Demon
the
Slayer
Demon
game.
Slayer Sweep the Board, and I feel like it's still quite a unique series in the terms of nothing else has really been able to capture the same essence of both randomness and fun. Like, there are some boards in Mario Party or mini games in Mario Party which you just hate, but that's what makes
One
them
Wario
good.
All
If
of
everything
it.
was
No one likes Wario
The
Battle.
entirety of Mario
Um,
Party 1 and 2.
What's the hammer
All
one
of the
called?
series.
Like, Hit and Squeak or something? James, you know the one, so the hammer one where you... Oh, Bowser's
Hammer
Bash
drop?
and Cash. Bash and
Oh,
Cash.
yeah.
That's it.
or the board in Super Mario Party is not good, but to be fair, that's more based on the economy. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Basically, I
I
wanted to
love
represent
losing
Mario
confidence
Party,
in you.
and Mario Party Superstars both represents the more modern games in the sense of how it controls and some of the quality of life, but it's also a reflection on the past of including boards and mini games. It's basically Mario Party the top 100, but actually good.
But good, yeah.
Also,
Okay.
probably still my favorite Mario Party game. Like, Jamboree.
And you're the
really,
biggest Mario
I
Party
just,
fan.
I,
Yeah,
just,
for
I
context.
just haven't had enough time to play Jamboree with friends because just organizing playing it is difficult.
So Game Awards.
But yeah. Yeah.
But,
Well, I always say, hey, let's play Mario Party, and it also is like, I don't want to play Mario Party, let's play Smash Bros. Like we
yeah,
always do.
okay. Leapfrogging off of that statement, very corporate today. I fucking hate Mario Party, so I don't have it on my
That's
list.
I know.
Zach, Mario 3. Pitch me Mario
No,
3.
Oscar, there's a discussion
yeah.
here.
Well,
So
Oscar
you might just
hating
move
Mario.
right along.
No, my
You have to
Mario
at least
Party.
you have to at least understand why Mario
I
Party
get
doesn't
the logic.
deserve. Like,
I like
Mario Party
Mario
deserves
Party,
to
but
be
I
there
didn't think it
over
was-
rhythm heaven.
I have other games that I've put on to represent that sort of silly, goofy, in a room playing on the same television aspect.
I've got a lot
I
of
didn't
those.
choose Mario Party.
Oscar's
I've got a lot of
Oscar's mad and
those.
everybody want to switch.
You'll have to
with
wait and
quiz.
see. But
Which one is spelt like bear?
yeah, isn't that Quiplash?
That's
Or like,
Yeah, it's Murder Party.
No.
Yeah,
How many,
It's the same
no,
thing.
how many wheels on a tricycle, or what do you use to sleep?
Yeah.
I love how
What
the
happens if I'm
questions
so
are
kawaii and Sugoi and
Guys, I'm gonna have to
on
cut
a-
off this.
No,
Yo,
this is the
Zach.
best part.
Zach, respectfully, please shut the fuck up.
What happens if I'm so Databayo Arigato?
Zach, Mario 3, back on topic. Mario 3, pitch me Mario 3.
Okay. This is my entry for the classic Nintendo 2D platform, and I wanted to go a little OG, but Mario 1 is actually just a bad game because it was made on an arcade. Mario 1 sucks, and the Lost Levels is even worse.
I
But,
agree.
Yeah. But this is my entry for a 2D platform. It's like the classic NES one. I think Mario 3 is really good, especially for its time. It's my retro pick. There's not much more to say about it. It's just a 2D platformer. It's good.
I strongly
Nintendo's
agree.
bread and butter.
Lalith,
Yeah,
we already talked about Kirby Return to Dreamland. Would you put the deluxe or the original?
Probably deluxe, just because it's more modern.
Alright, so we've already discussed that one. And for number 11, I had Pikmin. Now, I didn't specify whether it was GameCube or New Play Control. I feel like it doesn't matter too much.
Well, don't people like live and die by new play control because of the extra control you have over where you're throwing the Pikmin?
Because of the New Play Control. Yes, they do. But I just think Pikmin is a big part of what Nintendo markets themselves as, especially nowadays. If you've noticed, whenever they have any kind of like promo art for, oh, this is Nintendo, like at the Nintendo store in Japan, it's always Link, Mario, Isabelle, Inkling, and a Pikmin. Maybe Metroid if you're Mr. Metroid if you're lucky, right? And Pikmin was my pick for a GameCube game. It's Shigeru Miyamoto's child, his golden child, besides Mario, and it's also a unique genre that's got a very creative twist on it that Nintendo really likes doing. They'll take an established genre like a real-time strategy or a shooter, and then they'll make it like charming and kid-friendly, like Pikmin and Splatoon. And I also really like Pikmin. No, I haven't beaten it yet. It was too scary for me.
How far through did you get? What level?
Like half of the game, okay? We're not going to have this discussion for every entry, but I really like Pikmin, okay? Does anyone have any objections to that?
The only thing I would add
It was an honorable mention for me.
Yeah, Pikmin was like
That's all I got
slightly
that.
off of my list because I played through the Switch version of Pikmin 1 earlier this year and enjoyed it. I actually played it through in a single sitting, but it just didn't have enough of an impact on me that I felt like including it. However,
That's
I
fair
definitely
enough.
see why it should be included. Also, this is the point where I say I don't think I have any GameCube games on my list.
Fake fan.
I've got 2. Wow.
Wow.
Good.
We haven't seen...
What do you have, Melee?
Yeah, Melee and Metroid
Melee
Prime.
and Metro... Oh, no. Yeah, no,
They've
that's
already
alright.
been done.
Okay.
I mean, if we're doing the trilogy version, that's a Wii game, right? But
But-
no, besides the point,
But yeah, Pikmin definitely deserves to be on the list. I just didn't include it.
Okay, are we ready to move on to number 10?
Yeah.
Yep.
I got that.
Okay. Number 10, James, please lead us.
See, this series has already been briefly discussed earlier, but I am this group's aficionado in this series, Splatoon 3.
Splatoon 3. Interesting. Zach?
Okay, I've got a bit of a weird one. I have Earthbound
Okay.
at 10.
Love?
Or New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
No Super Wii. Wait, didn't you have Wonder earlier? Hang on.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And
Wii
then
is like the multiplayer game.
for me, I had in number 10 Star Fox 64. James, lead us
Star
off.
Fox.
Okay, so Splatoon is one of Nintendo's bigger franchises, arguably bigger than Metroid and Pikmin.
Agreed.
And even like Xenoblade and Fire Emblem. Like, Splatoon blew up on the Wii U, then the Switch for, with Splatoon 2 was even larger, and Splatoon 3, I don't think was as large. However, it kind of falls into the like Call of Duty yearly releasing, where this kind of gets replaced with whatever's the most current, because Splatoon lives and dies with the online. And Splatoon 3 also has the best single-player mode, with both the roguelike mode of Side Order and Return of the Mammalians as the main story mode. But Splatoon absolutely deserves to be on here somewhere, and I just think Splatoon 3 is... Well, while people had problems with how they released content, which is basically with any live service game, as previously discussed with Animal Crossing...
This would be the full package.
Yeah, this would be the full package that they've released up to now. We still have Splatoon Raiders coming out, but that's a smaller spin-off game. So yeah, Splatoon 3 seemed like the correct pick out of the Splatoon franchise, and 10 just felt like the right spot of it's important, but it's still like a newer franchise, and there are other things which are more historically important, in my opinion.
That makes sense. I would agree with that. Earthbound.
Okay, this is my JRPG pick. Most of the
Your
reason I picked
only
it is...
JRPG pick?
No, sorry, one more. There's one more.
Okay.
But like traditional in this, it's not quite as I'm pretty much giving away what it is that I haven't put in. But it's much more traditional in that sense. Earthbound, look, most of the reason I put it in is because of the amount of games, especially indie, that this thing is inspired. It became a meme for people constantly making rips on Earthbound, and I just really like what it brings. Like, the combat it's interesting, but it's not incredible. But it's mostly the writing. This felt like the first game, to me at least, that was actively funny and snappy and interesting, rather than just like, Mario, dear Mario, please save the princess, blah 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 blah. People still love Earthbound. It's been 20 years, and people like Undertale. It's been more than 20 years. It's been 30, I think. But
Jesus.
yeah, it's an old game, but I think like it's a little weird. I don't have a great reasoning. It's just the JRPG of Nintendo for me over any Fire Emblem game.
It was definitely
my
on
opinion.
my honorable mentions.
Yeah, I also
Love.
thought it was good.
Hello.
That's fair.
Can you do you possibly have a reason to have New Soup as well as Wonder?
Yeah, New Super is interesting.
I put New Soup mostly because like personal bias. Like, you remember what I said with Wonder is that the reason it's a bit lower is because it's a lot newer. I feel like New Soup has been out long enough that people look back on it incredibly fondly.
To clarify, are we talking about New Soup DS or New Super Mario Brothers Wii?
Wii.
Surely we.
Okay.
Wii.
So Wii. Okay. Personally, I didn't think that one was that great.
It's just the multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Like, I was
definitely
thinking about
something
it
where
as
if you
well.
grew up with it, playing it with your siblings.
I
That
did
had
that, and it made me so mad that I had to like turn it off and leave the room a few times.
Well, you're a bad brother.
What you're telling me?
Don't blame that on
Like,
us.
you like never raged at Smash, but you raged at.
Hey, I'm
people.
talking when I was like 10. Okay. He was so fucking incompetent as a 5-year-old. You don't get it.
Bro was playing the 6-dash airship and he kept whacking you into the
Was he
bomb.
playing Blue Toad?
No. This is therapy. But yeah,
Anyway.
I played it. I've since played it through on my own, and I thought it was alright. But it was just a bit empty, so it is meant for the multiplayer.
Because you played through it on your own. I will say the multiplayer mechanics in Wii are way better in Wonder, specifically because you can grab each other.
way better
which is
than or
like
way better in?
the
Because I
funny-
figured that grabbing was
better than-
annoying.
You can't.
No,
No,
but
grabbing is
griefing
so
is the fun
funny.
part.
Griefing is what makes that game good. Is you die and then the game pauses and that stuffs you over. It makes it so much more fun to just kill each other.
That just annoyed
Apparently
me,
not
but
for
I
you,
guess
though,
I
'cause you
was
just
not the
punched your
target
brother.
audience. I didn't punch my. I would
No,
never.
no, no,
Okay.
Oscar, you seem like the perfect target audience now, like modern day Oscar.
Oh,
Maybe.
Oscar, you're so virtuous.
With all of his friends that he can play with.
They call me.
Hey
the
guys, come over to play a quick game. New
Yeah.
Super Wii.
This fucking guy asked me to play. You know what? We're not gonna have
The
that.
people at home, Oscar pays us to hang
Now
out
get
with
in.
Yeah.
Canonically.
True.
Cannot.
We get paid like a percentage of this video's like earnings. So
Like 3 cents!
No, nothing.
Big.
Literally
to
nothing.
my lawyer, hear this legal contract that has been bound between Oscar and I regarding the payments of my services.
Can I start gassing up Star Fox 64 now?
No.
Yeah, go now.
We need to
I mean, we're
continue
gonna
this bit.
disagree, but yeah.
So I like Star Fox. It's one of the series that is absolutely shafted nowadays. But I figured that it was important to have something representing such a pivotal game for the SNES, right? It was like
And not
major
the
thing
SNES
on the
version,
SNES,
though.
but the SNES version is pretty bad, and the 64 version is
What?
actually good.
Wait,
No,
so-
hear
You
me
can't
out.
gerrymander
Hear
the
me
good
out,
parts
hear
of
me
each
out.
game.
No, I have an important question first.
Yes.
Are you talking about 64 or 64 3D?
I'm talking about the original 64, yeah. I've beaten Star Fox 64 3D and played like half of the original 64. I just think that having an on-rail shooter at the time on the SNES was so impactful and people loved it. But then they did it again, and then they did it again, and then they did it again. And it was
They
a
just
toss-up
keep
between
making
the
the same
SNES
game.
one and the 64 one. But I picked the 64 one because it's just better to play, and it's also just a good video game with a unique genre. They don't do it much anymore. Represents something that's been dead. Because I think every other game on my list is a franchise that's still getting games, except one. Oh, does Rhythm Heaven count? Yeah, no. But
It's getting a game.
it's getting a game, but it's been a while. I don't know. I just
Hey,
think
Mega
that
Man
it
fans
absolutely
are
deserves to be there. Is it really that
Can I
crazy
make
to
an
have
honorable-
Star Fox on the list?
No, I want to make an honorable
I just feel like
mention
there's a lot
though.
of other games.
You could have had Sin and Punishment.
I haven't played Sin and Punishment, James.
Okay, but Oscar, you haven't played half the games on your list.
I played every game on my list except
Have you?
played,
Have you
not
beaten
beat.
all of- How many?
No, I've definitely.
How
cut
many
this.
games you've listed so far? How many have you beaten?
Why are we cutting this? This is the
Yeah.
fun part.
Because it's going to be 2 hours long.
It's all. Oscar,
So
how long
far,
have you been
I've
recording?
only beaten Rhythm Heaven of mine.
Because
How long? Like it's already been at least an hour, and we're only at number 10.
It's been 50 minutes.
come on, all right, next
With
one.
messing
number,
about.
Number 9.
Number
Oh,
9
two, number
large.
six.
Number 9 large. James,
Okay.
lead us.
So I feel like this requires little explanation. Wii Sports.
Wait a
Wii
minute.
Sports.
Oh wait, not quite. Okay, well, ignore my statement.
Zach, what's you got for number 9?
I have. I didn't know which one to pick, but this is gonna hurt me. Mario Kart. I'm gonna say I'll say World.
Mario Kart World?
That's
Okay,
That's a pick.
Lilith.
I have Oras.
Oras. Like Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire for those of you who were born yesterday.
Yeah.
And for me, I have Smash Ultimate.
Okay,
What?
we're going. I'm gonna say we're going. This is weird for Oscar, but this is where the list starts to condense, and we all start picking the same things.
Yeah.
Yes, and
It should
no.
speed up
So,
because, like, we skipped over the Return to Dreamland section, for example. James,
Oh.
lead us off with Wii Sports.
Okay, so I feel like this requires a little explanation. Why was the Wii so big? It had Wii Sports. Wii Sports Assault, better game, but Wii Sports is more iconic, more memorable. It needs to be there. It's Wii Sports. Do I
Can
really
you
need to
package
say
them
more?
together? It kind of Wii Sports
No,
Resort kind of felt like a
I'm not
DLC.
counting the combo disc.
That's how I got
No, but
it.
even
I
just
think
in,
he
like,
means
aura.
spiritually, yeah.
But yeah, spiritually yes, but like it's a single game. It's 15 games. I don't want it to be 20 games because I combo together.
You know,
I already have a collection in
Puyo
here,
Tetris,
James.
Puyo Tetris too.
I think we will have this argument later somehow.
Okay, but yeah,
Mario
Wii
Kart-
Sports
no,
it
yeah.
needs to be there.
That makes sense. Mario Kart World of all of them?
I know the hot take from me. This one stings me, but okay. I think the fans at home need to know, all three of them, that I am John.
He's
Mario
the world's
Kart Wii. I've
biggest
got, like,
Super Circuit fan.
Oh yeah, Rainbow Road, that one Something Soul video where I hit the
No.
bumpers. No.
He loves SNES, Super Mario Kart.
True, DK Jr. really, like, he's so fun.
No,
No,
how can we forget this? Mario Kart Tour.
James, you're just coming up with banger after banger, aren't you? No.
James,
Alright, let's
Shush.
pull this up.
I'll cut half of this, it's alright.
The fans at home need to know that I'm the Mario Kart Wii player. I play mod, I play CDGP, I played Retro Rewind. I've got a friggin' 50 plus centimeter drawing of Funky Kong in my room, just hanging on the wall.
For the
Like, I
last
love
decade,
Mario
right?
Kart Wii. Since 2019, so 6
Oh,
years.
close enough.
A while. A long time. My profile picture on the Switch is Funky Kong. I love Mario Kart Wii, is what we need to know. But maybe I do retroactive. I think World is a better game. This is why. World is a much better and much more accessible game. Mario Kart Wii's got way more nostalgia points and way more, like, multiplayer sillies, I want to say. But it's kind of a poorly designed casual game, if I'm being honest. World
would
is
agree with
so
that.
much more fun. And the other thing, and this is why I'm biased, I think Mario Kart World has one of the best soundtracks ever. How it didn't get nominated for Game of the Year, the best music, was bewildering to me, honestly.
Maybe they're only counting original
I couldn't believe it
soundtrack
couldn't
and
at least
not
get a
arrangements.
nomination.
Because if they're not counting
Maybe.
arrangements, that's fair enough.
Didn't
Because
FF
it's kind of...
Didn't FF7 Rebirth get nominated? Like,
I
and
don't
it
know.
deserved it. If it didn't,
I don't really
because-
care about the Game Awards that much, but
Yeah.
I really like Mario Kart World, minus its weird flaws. And if we just take the product of the Mario Kart 30 or 20 races, I think, not 32, is the best in the series by far. Even with all the other weirdness, with like the kind of mediocre free roam and then the intermission drama. Yeah. And also, a Mario Kart needs to be in it.
You do need a Mario Kart. I might have a Mario Kart somewhere.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
guess
strongly
it's
disagree
8 or
with
64.
which one, but I understand why you voted Mario Kart. Oras.
I feel like just with the amount of content the game has, like, if I think anyone were to like play a Pokemon game for the first time, like ever, I'd recommend them Oras.
You know what's crazy? I
That's
strongly
right.
disagree. I mean, I strongly
Right.
agree. That
How
was a
did
very
you
bad
actually
sentence.
feel
I'm
about
gonna
it?
say that again.
No. Every time you say it, I'm going to remind the viewers that you are.
Yeah, this will be a
you butchered
callback.
the first sentence, so then that way you can't edit it out.
or he just edits wrong every time you say it.
I strongly agree. Did you know that? Yeah. Oras is good.
Take 2.
Yeah, take 2, guys. Take 10. And I've got Smash Ultimate because hot take, it's a good game, and I figured that it's so core to the hype moments and aura surrounding Nintendo in the last decade. When you think of a new direct people are excited for, it's all Smash, right? Like people are excited for the new Mario Maker or whatever. But Smash Bros is what gets the hype clips, and I figured that aspect should be represented. And I also happen to adore the game and think it's the best in the franchise by a country mile. It's got issues. I will shit on it for days, but yeah, I definitely could not make the list without Smash Ultimate. Is that reasonable?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have Smash Ultimate on my list, even though it's like probably one of my favorite games of all time.
Okay, that's interesting.
I have a Smash Bros game, but that's a bit later.
Okay.
Bro.
Are we ready to move on to number 8?
Yes.
James.
Okay. Number 8 is Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Crazy
Over
ball.
one?
Yeah, that's your game, bro.
I
Okay,
said I didn't have one on my list.
Zach.
I have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Wow. Isn't that
Okay.
interesting?
Wow.
Wow.
I have Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
Not Bowser's
Okay.
Inside Story? Sorry, I question it every time. I'll wait.
And then I've got scroll up. Awakening. From Awakening. This is gonna be a quick round.
Yep.
Xenoblade 2, why the fuck?
Okay, so as I already said, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is my favorite game of all time, either that or Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So, big Xenoblade fan. However, Xenoblade 2 is the most impactful Xenoblade game to the Nintendo and the Xenoblade series. It's the best-selling Xenoblade game. While Project Rainfall and the sales of Xenoblade 1 helped, like you wouldn't have had Shulk and Smash Bros. Otherwise, Xenoblade 2 was what made more people aware of the series.
I guess it was the breasts, I think. And the fact that it looks like a gacha game.
Xenoblade 2 is not my favorite Xenoblade game. It's my third favorite out of the main 4.
I'm assuming your last is X, right?
Yeah, I like X. It's got really good gameplay, but
It's just that the other ones are better.
Just because something's less good than one thing doesn't mean they're bad.
Pancakes and waffles.
But Xenoblade, if this was my list, which it is,
If
Xenoblade 1 would be there for...
incredible commentary.
If this was my list, which is Xenoblade 1 would deserve to be there, but I also want to try and look at the impact the games have had on Nintendo, and Xenoblade 2 has had a larger impact.
So more meta pick. I get it. I mean, I got Xenoblade 2 because it was a new game for the Switch that I just got, and it looked cool, and I liked the diver guy. And I was also, 11, 12? Something like that? So yeah, I can see how your thing is. Zach and I agree on Ultimate. We've already talked about Ultimate.
Yeah, it's pretty similar. Can I
Mario
talk about why
and
things are
Luigi.
different than Melee, though?
Yeah, actually, no. We can go back because you having 2 Smash games. I didn't even register that, but that is a bit strange.
Look, Ultimate is the party game to play, in my opinion. It's the most fun. It's the most...
Not like Mario Kart?
That, one of the two. I find Smash more fun because it's less, unfair. But, I think this game is good. I think it's worth it. The amount of effort and detail put into this game is crazy. I think it just deserved a nom, and it's not the same spiritually as Melee, where Ultimate's kind of just a good game. Melee is carried on the back of its fans. Melee sucks. If anyone has actually played Melee before, it is so bad.
I had to use the Master Hand exploit with the player 3 slot on my GameCube to even be able to beat some of the challenge modes in the challenge mode. I still haven't got all the trophies.
Sack, I can now bring up the question I didn't want to ask earlier. Why not Brawl?
What do you mean, James?
Over Ultimate? No, I get what
Yeah,
he's saying, because he's saying one competitive, one casual.
Brawl. I mean, you gotta remember. For
Brawl
people of
was the
our gen,
start-
like Brawl would have been their first exposure. Like-
and also more so, Brawl is where a lot of the modern things of we had the Smash Dojo for character reveals. You had the Subspace Emissary. You had the first third-party characters with Snake and Sonic.
This much is true.
I get it was the first, but the way this list was described to me, being the first, kind of, I don't know. I also just think Brawl is just a bad game. Just
Fair.
mechanically, it's not fun. But in terms of everything you're saying, all the things I like about Ultimate, Brawl probably did better, but the rest of Brawl is bad. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it's
Like,
like
I
a
agree with
balance.
Yeah.
I'll reveal that I do not have Brawl in my list above Ultimate.
I do not have Brawl in my list.
Lilith?
I don't have a single Smash game here. Oh yeah, the
Okay.
Mario and Luigi series. I mean, I'm a bit biased since I've only played Superstar Saga, but I think that just there's not a lot of dialogue in these games, but it tells you more than enough. It's just a fun time.
And you think that Nintendo having... You wanted to have a turn-based game, I'm guessing?
I think that its form of action is really interesting, with the whole interactive moves. The
Excuse my
same way-
ignorance. Is it not just press the button and then time the A button?
It is, but Oscar,
it's like
I'm gonna-
2D Infinite Wealth.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was gonna say. It's just 2D Yakuza 7 and 8. I think that's probably why I liked them so much. Superstar Saga. It's short, but it just does a lot.
It still annoys me how in Brothership you don't confirm Luigi's actions with B. It makes sense, but it's the thing of all of the actions tied with A and B, and
Yeah.
this is an unrelated rant.
I am not
Wait,
qualified to
question.
talk about this, yeah?
Question: what about Bowser's minion? Bowser Jr.'s minions from the remake.
I've only played the original through Nintendo Switch Online, so I'm unfortunately not at liberty to give you feedback on that.
Was it Bowser
No.
Jr.'s Journey?
I thought it was his.
Bowser? Maybe it's a region thing. Either way, I personally don't think it deserves to be anywhere near the top 30, but you really liked it, so I can't really complain with that.
I think
then,
Bowser's Inside's the shot.
Maybe
That was the one I would have put in.
Inside
Yeah.
Story deserves its place more, but I just think Superstar Saga is
It's hard to judge a game that you haven't played, though.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I put Fire Emblem Awakening, which is a game I haven't played much of, because same reasons as before,
What
same
else
reasons
is
as
new?
above. It is highly influential. It's a unique genre. It has 3 characters in Smash? Chrom, Lucina, Robin. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Whoever's editing this, can we get an on-screen counter for how many games?
Fuck you,
Oscar's
mean
list
whoever.
has
It's
in
me, bro.
Whoever's editing this.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna go on
Oscar has
Fireball.
better things to spend his money on.
No, I
more
don't.
plastic.
No, but
Don't
it's funnier to
frame
talk. It's funnier to talk about Oscar in the third person.
It is, isn't it?
Also, wait.
Let's
no,
move
Oscar,
on
you
to
don't want
number
us to leave
7.
it as though.
No editor's note. Number 7. James.
Okay. Pokemon Red.
Specifically red or
Well,
red, blue, yellow,
This
or
is
red,
meant to
blue?
be
Red.
James's.
Red.
Just-
Simply Red. They are simply
Okay.
red, so
No, they're
I can
not.
only
But
have one.
Zach,
I have Wii Sports.
Wii Sports? Love?
I have Animal Crossing New Leaf.
New Leaf? And for me, I have A Link Between Worlds. Sorry,
Bad
James.
shout.
Red. Why red?
So, you need a Pokemon game.
True.
And Pokemon Gen 1, I'm pretty sure is still the best selling gen, or
I
one of
think
the top
Gen
3
9's
best-selling gen.
outsold it now, but yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we should pick Gen
it-
9 then. That's a way better game.
yeah, of course. It
I
is.
genuinely
It,
think
it was
that.
the. It was the start of Pokemon Mania,
True.
and I picked Red mostly because also all of the iconic Pokemon are from Gen 1. If you to ask someone name a Pokemon, they named Pikachu.
Blacephalus.
Oh,
Charmander,
that's a sucky
I
Pokemon.
really like when Mario appeared in
That
Gen
one barn hinge.
But you
Yeah.
have iconic Pokemon from other gens, but Gen 1
I
has
get
the
what you're
most
saying. Yeah.
ratio of iconic Pokemon. And Red was picked because Charizard's like the Pokemon Company's fan favorite guy.
Can I ask why the original shit ones are not like Fire Red, Leaf Green?
Because of the impact they had. Because
Yeah,
they
but they
would start.
sucked.
This is the balance that we have to think about. Like earlier, someone was
Yeah.
saying, I don't remember who, it was a
That
worse
wasn't me.
game.
I
It-
said Mario 3. Oh,
yeah. And like Mario 1 was more impactful, but Mario 3 was better.
Other Pokemon
Yeah.
games are better games, but none of them had the impact of Pokemon Red.
Can I race you
Blue,
Pokemon
green,
Go?
yellow. Yes.
It's
But
not
that-
on my list, don't worry.
Yeah.
I feel like Red wasn't that impactful. They were going to stop making Pokemon games after Gold and Silver.
Yeah.
So it kind of done that well.
I did. I'm like numbers wise.
It really did.
Yeah, but just the logic of, oh, we're not going to do another.
I think it was more like the supplementary materials, like the cards in the anime, that really pushed it over.
Oh, more so. Pokemon Red made the Game Boy live on for years longer than it was supposed to.
That is true. That is true. If we're considering hardware sales, that Pokemon's like probably half of it, right? I
Yeah.
have Pokemon on my list, but I certainly would not put Gen 1 anywhere up there.
Yeah, not Red. I kind of like
Um,
the physical special, not even that, but the special stat split.
Yeah, Chansey should not be doing all that. Moving on
Okay,
to
moving on.
Wii Sports. We all agree Wii Sports should be in the list.
Yep,
Or at
already
least
have
something like that. New Leaf, we've already talked about. I think that's a fair play. And I wrote down A Link Between Worlds, which is the 3DS one. Okay?
That's interesting.
That
Now,
one's wildly long.
I have heard that this is like the gift from God himself as far as 2D Zelda goes. I have played several 2D Zeldas and I didn't like them too much, but this one people swear up and down is like the best one ever. And I chose it because I wanted to represent traditional adventure Zelda, but I didn't want to put Ocarina on, spoilers I guess, because of reasons. And I figured that this was a great 3DS game, and it's also very Link to the Past inspired with its like map and characters and stuff. And I don't know, I just wanted a 2D Zelda that was really, really good, and the ones that I had played were not that. So I chose a traditional 2D Zelda that was good.
I think the only others you could have picked would have been Skinny, which I know you don't like, and then A Link to the Past. I like
Yeah.
the two other beloved ones.
And Link Between
Past is, like,
Worlds.
weird, honestly, like I'm gonna say it. I played it through NSO. Like I think like the first part of the game is like really good, but you are not getting through that game without a guide. Like
Yeah, I'd agree, and
It-
that's
it's-
why Link Between Worlds seems like it would reference that game in sort of the design of the overworld and the mechanics and so on, but also actually be good, you know? I'm not gonna call the game bad. I'm just gonna, I guess I kind of just did.
it's not.
I
bad.
did not like. I did
Yeah.
not like it. James is on mute, so we're gonna take a break for a second.
There we go.
Moving on to number 6.
Oh, good.
Number 6, James.
You've heard it before. You're probably not going to hear it again, since I think everyone's already either included it or won't include it. Fire Emblem Awakening.
Awakening.
haven't-
Yeah.
I
Okay,
don't like the other girls. I have Super Mario Odyssey.
Odyssey. I see.
Okay.
Lawless.
I had Ocarina of Time.
Interesting. And for me, I was about to say, and what do you have? But I have Auras in that spot actually. So we've only got one
Auras,
new
wow.
game to talk about. Awakening, we've talked about.
I can talk
We haven't
about
talked about
Awakening for a bit.
Ocarina.
Oh no, we
Yeah.
didn't talk about Ocarina. Sorry. James,
Let me talk about Awakening.
we've
So,
already covered
I
it.
haven't played Awakening.
Awesome.
However, you
Great
need a Fire
commentary.
Emblem rep, and Awakening saved the Fire Emblem series. I thought between
Those
Awakening
who
and
know
Three
it.
Houses, because Three Houses is like the other fan favorite, but Awakening's a lot more classical Fire Emblem in
True.
the sense of Three Houses. Like if you go between Awakening, Three Houses, and Engage, Three Houses is the odd one out.
Mm.
Although with the next one, which is escaping the name right now. Give me a
Fates.
second. Fortune's Weave
Fire Emblem
not
19.
Fates.
appeared to be going much more in a Three Houses direction.
Oh,
I
He
could see
means the
argument
one
for
that's been
Three
announced.
Houses.
Yeah.
I could see the argument that Three Houses should be here over Engage.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, over Awakening.
I know what you mean. I don't think it's all like Engage, but yeah, Awakening. We all agree. Most of us, at least, we think it should be in it.
It was an
Odyssey.
honorable mention for me, but it's making me look a little shitty now that it's not in at all.
That's alright. I don't
Odyssey,
have a
yes, see. Pretty self-explanatory. Very fun 3D Mario game. Peak, almost 3D Mario game. The fans at home won't know what's going to be towards the top, but you guys know why Odyssey is 6. And I don't know. This is not much to say. I know it's going to be number 1 for Oscar. So
Yeah,
We'll-
spoilers, possibly.
we'll let him explain it. It's just a fun, great 3D platform Mario. Kind of
I would agree.
represents the Switch as a whole.
Can I
I would-
ask,
I would
do
say
you have
Odyssey is-
Mario 64 on the list?
No,
So
sir.
that's spoilers.
It is spoilers,
Interesting.
but that is interesting.
You can cut it
I-
out.
I will say I don't have Odyssey on the list. I like it a lot more than most other Mario games, but I have my reasons.
Okay. Ocarina. This is one that I expected everyone to put, honestly.
I think Ocarina is like when you think Zelda, right? Like before Breath of the Wild, at least. Like, what game are you gonna think about?
I'm thinking
There's-
Zelda 2.
I'm thinking Link's Crossbow Training.
Bombs? Love boil?
Okay, that went exactly how I expected. But yeah, no, it would have to be Ocarina. Like the I'm gonna say line. I
The
think
transitions.
Zelda did not have a rough transition to 3D.
He swings around with the stylish swagger of a... It really makes you feel.
Oh,
It was
man,
exaggerated,
like,
not
a bit of
stylish.
like a
Miles
side
Morales is oral.
A bit of a side tangent here, but I remember after getting the long shot in Ocarina, like, when I was playing 3D, right? I would just like spend like an hour in like Kakariko, just trying to like fall off a building and then zip midway. Like
You
onto
tried to
the,
be Spider-Man?
Yes.
How old are you?
13.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I mean, I think I'd still try it now, honestly.
Is your nomination Ocarina or Ocarina 3D?
I think either. Like, it just doesn't
Okay,
matter.
pick
Both
one,
are-
bro.
Fine, 3D.
don't be mad at me. We need to argue about this later. Like, definitively, yeah, that's alright.
3D. I think 3D is like the best way to experience it. Like, I
Okay.
do think like the whole the motion controls are a bit weird, but 3D just looks so nice. Like,
So
It's-
good.
it's just
Brian Griffin, I'm sorry.
So, Oscar.
Oh, these chocolate.
Yeah. Okay, no, Ocarina, that explanation makes sense. Ocarina is certainly iconic. Didn't want to put it in for reasons. Can we move on to just saying ORS again?
Is there much more to say?
Yeah.
I think it is the best game in the Pokemon franchise for someone new to the series. It is the perfect intersection of past and modern because it is an old region with mostly old Pokemon, but it also has new shit. I don't know. I just think it's a very, 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 very solid encapsulation of what Pokemon actually is. And
I can ask an important question.
yeah.
Do you have Pokken on your list?
I unfortunately do not have Pokken on my. I don't even think that should count, really. Like, if
But we
it
love
was.
Pokken, really. So for the viewers watching at home, go watch our Pokken video because we
Yeah, look forward to part 2 coming soon.
Oh, yeah, true. Maybe never.
Maybe never.
Maybe
Let's
we should
record
have
it like tomorrow.
goal.
No, let's just finish the fucking video. Viewers,
If you give this
we
video
have
100 likes.
we have recorded part Gen 5 and Gen 6. We're not up to Gen 7, 8, or 9 yet.
Yeah, we're gonna
If
record
this
that
video
right
gets
now.
100 likes, we'll record Pokken 2, okay?
Let's not do that. Moving on to number 5, shall we? No, number
Did you know
5.
that only 5% of watchers
No.
actually subscribe to this channel?
0.0005, bro. James.
Number 5, I have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Solid.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Zach.
I have Pokemon Emerald. Shocker.
Solid. Lars.
This is number 5, right?
Yes, that is true.
Yes.
It's like probably top 3 favorite games of all time. Xenoblade 3.
Xenoblade 3. Okay, and for me, I have Breath of the Wild. Woo!
Yay!
I love Zelda. Okay, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I feel like that's pretty obvious.
Well, yeah, okay, but we haven't discussed it yet.
I'm asking you
So-
to.
We've already discussed Mario Kart. Well, yeah, we already discussed Mario Kart World. We already discussed Mario Kart Wii, even if it wasn't to pick. I feel like Mario Kart 8 is the best-selling Mario Kart.
If you include
Is it?
Deluxe.
With
We
8
sold pretty well.
If you include Deluxe, it's like
yeah, I
times
guess.
10, right?
Yeah, like, because 8 Deluxe is the best-selling Switch game by a decent margin. It's probably the most solid in terms of just base mechanics. Like, Wii has a lot of tech. World, you have the charge jumps and road riding and grinding, but World was also a lot more controversial with its price and the driving between tracks, which when I first played I really liked, because like, this is so cool. It's like you're non-stop driving between the places, but I get why some people dislike that.
Yeah, you could just
I
go
feel
to
like
Dubbo to get the
8
same
is
experience.
the most solid. I feel like 8 is just the most solid, and 8 Deluxe has all of the DLC from 8, and I would be including the expansion pass because that only seems fair, and it's like the most content-rich base Mario Kart game. So yeah.
Can I jump in? I think that I considered 8 Deluxe. I really did, but I figured that it would be sort of the same as saying a collection or something like that, just because of how much of it is old. And I'll say
what do you mean?
maybe so much of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe experience is old content, either from the Wii U game or remade tracks that are pretty much the same thing from older games, or most of the music.
Worse, might I add.
No,
Look what they
and
did to
Oscar
all the Wii tracks.
Yeah.
And Oscar Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the most original game ever.
You have a point. However, I just felt like the Booster Course Pass made it a bit much.
I just felt like 8 was mechanically lame. Like, they really diluted the mechanics to make it casual.
Yeah, it
A
doesn't
little
have
too
like
much, in my
a.
opinion.
It doesn't have a hook. It's just solid.
Fair.
I think we over Mario Kart 8 Deluxe personally, but Zach, tell us why you picked Emerald.
Wow. Well, we've all put in a Pokemon game. This is mine.
Begrudging lead.
Emerald's my favorite. I just think Emerald has the most complete experience from beginner to middle to end. I think
Heck,
Oras
that's a
is so close to being better. Well, when I say the end, I mean the Battle Frontier specifically. But I love the art style of it. Like the bloated 3D models look terrible. I know that's like an elitist take, but I hate the 3D models. They have no character, especially the Gen 6 ones because they were like the first ones. But the 2D sprites, they look incredible. Some of them are really good. Anyway, apart from the art style, I like the music more. The music has more soul. It's a lot, I don't know. I know it's kind of hard because the DS's speakers were bad. The 3DS's speakers were bad, so that's why a lot of the music sounds kind of empty. But I think the sound font is really iconic and memorable to the point where it became a meme that Holland is the trumpet region.
the piano.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, the Battle Frontier is incredibly fun. It's easily the most fun post-game Pokemon content I have done. The Delta episode was cool, but it was kind of boring.
It was not cool. It was teleport listening to the
Don't
cutscene.
bring up the Battle Pyramid. The Battle Factory in specific.
No, but Zach, what about Team Rainbow Rocket or Swordbert and Shieldbert?
Swordword, actually. Say his name right. But, I don't know. Like, the Battlefront is really fun, especially the Battle Factory. That is peak Pokemon. And this is the main problem. Oras is way too easy. Like, 10-year-olds can get through it without even trying.
The Latios was
Pokemon
insane.
It is a
I'm not-
Pokemon game.
I know, I get this, James, but Emerald is actually slightly challenging because it's a remake game. You know, they tend to make them harder. Like, the gym leaders in particular become way better, especially Norman and he's slacking. Or Tate and Liza become an actual hard fight. They also brought a lot of mechanics to why can't I speak? A lot of mechanics to the franchise, being abilities, EVs, double battles. Like, these felt much better than, you know, a new type of. I don't know. It's my favorite Pokemon game, obviously.
I didn't want to do 2 Pokemon games, but before I condensed it into just Oras, I had Emerald and... No, it's not spoilers. I only have one Pokemon game, which is Oras, but I was going to have Emerald and Sun and Moon. But then I figured that if I can only have one...
You can kind of combine them.
Yeah, you can
makes
kind of
sense.
combine, which is why I picked Oras. But Emerald is
I think
it is a good
Emerald-
shout for like old Pokemon.
The thing about Emerald too, and you've said this in a video before, and I agree, I think Emerald was where the franchise really, well, not Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, was where the franchise actually became, like, good in terms of games, and, you know, it became bad again, but, like, Gold and Silver have big issues, Red and Blue even more. Like, I feel like Emerald or RSC were the first games that felt like a really complete package.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I've played Gen 1 and 2, and like they're just not fun.
I beat
I have
Crystal
not played
twice. I'm so biased.
I have restarted Yellow like 5 times, and like I've just been like, no man, like this is just not fun.
See,
The
I
lack
feel
of type diversity really kills those games.
Yeah.
What the hell is a Ghost Dragon, Steel, or Dark type?
See what?
Even like
for-
fighting has bad moves, bug of terrible moves, poison moves are bad.
Psychic
you can only
Pokemon are
really-
just utterly broken.
It was because
Ice is
they
almost better.
I learned about this recently. In Gen 1, they expected most trainers to do battle using normal moves. And that was like the standard of a move, and then a move was special and unusual if it had an elemental property. Whereas nowadays we think of course the fire type uses fire moves, duh. Back then they expected players to use normal moves and then a fire move on the fire type if they were lucky. And that design philosophy changed in Gen 3.
That's good for the better.
See what? I feel forced to mention Pokemon Black and White for one of our friends who isn't here today.
mean,
otherwise
yeah,
he's
they got
gonna
him.
be-
As well, I love Black and
Yeah.
White.
What do you mean they got him?
I like
they
them
got
too.
him.
They put him in the custard chamber.
That is a reference.
Also with Emerald, It is the format that brought in Gen 3 OU, which is the best competitive Pokemon format in my opinion. I mean, even in general, it's the most popular past Gen OU, and Scarlet and Violet is definitely not a better format. So I think we can say it is probably the best format, which is just another thing that makes it better than Oras, because that's kind of the competition it has.
Xenoblade 3. We've had Xenoblade 1 and 2 mentioned, not 3 yet. Why 3?
I think it really gained notoriety just specifically from the Game Awards, just like being there. Because let's be for real, like, first of all, I don't think the Game Awards really means anything, because popularity vote, but at the same time, like, it was pretty surprising for like most people to see Xenoblade 3 up there. But aside from that, I think it is absolutely the peak of the Xenoblade Chronicles series, and genuinely.
But can I ask why you put 3 and 1 then?
Well, I think both games are amazing in their own right. One is there because like more Project Rainfall, but Operation Rainfall, sorry. And 3's there because like everything leading up to 3, like including like the game itself, was just a ball out of the park. It was like really good. I think most
So
people
idea and execution.
Yeah, exactly.
Carrying the weight of life intensifies.
Yeah.
You know what?
like,
That's fair enough. I think we all want a Xenoblade, right? Zach, did you put a Xenoblade?
We'll get to it.
Oh.
I had a
Xenoblade 2 is not on the list because I don't like it.
See, I did make a self-imposed rule of trying and limiting the amount of games per series. So again, if this was just my personal 15 favorite Nintendo games, all of the Xenoblade games would be on
James,
there.
I have 5 Mario games on mine.
I know.
See, I tried to do the same as James, except for Mario and Zelda.
But yeah, Xenoblade 3 is so good. Senna goes yippee, and that's
Sure.
yeah.
You kind of ruined the segue, but that's all right. I tried to do the same as you, but with the only 2 exceptions being Mario and Zelda, because Breath of the Wild is one of the best games ever made. And not just that.
Completely agree with that.
Not just that, but like that on its own is fine and good and whatever. But it is so impactful to the design philosophy of everything post 2017. It is insane. The enshittification of so many things because of Breath of the Wild. And I saw Coney talking about this, I think. Or maybe it was someone else. But Breath of the Wild's influence. Breath of the Wild was fantastic, right? But Tears of the Kingdom was Breath of the Wild 1.5. Mario Kart World was open world because of the Breath of the Wild in part. Pokemon may have been inspired to go more open in part. That's not really Nintendo, but yeah. Sonic Frontiers. There's just so many... There are just so many influences on Nintendo and the gaming world from this game. Because even though it's not the first game to do half of the shit that it does. Like, Assassin's Creed had Go to the Tower to open a section of the map, 10 years before? But it's just a fantastic game.
Was the original... I mean, the original Red Dead was open world as well, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Open world game. It is. Breath of the Wild had an impact, but I would say it's not Breath of the Wild's fault for everything becoming open world.
Not entirely.
Oh, absolutely
not entirely.
not.
But within Nintendo, I feel like it had a large influence.
Obligatory Monolith Soft reference for working on the open world of Breath of the Wild, based off their work from Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yeah.
I love company!
And product.
Product
Yeah.
from company.
Yeah.
Xenoblade!
To close the number 5 section, I put Breath of the Wild over Tears, because I think that it was so much more impactful and unique and innovative and better, except for the gameplay. And I will say, in a vacuum, Tears gameplay is better, but that's a whole different discussion. Does anyone strongly object to Xenoblade, to Breath of the Wild being here?
Absolutely not.
I would put it. Considering I
I
haven't
don't
mentioned it, we know it's going to be
This
high.
might be foreshadowing, but I'd put it higher.
Okay, Oda.
I feel like you guys are going to really like my final 4, and it's going to be the exact 4 games you're thinking of.
Moving on to number 4, guys. We are almost there.
Yeah.
James, number 4.
So I'm going to preface these final 4. Each of these are from a different franchise, so if I bring up a game from a franchise, that franchise will not reappear. Zelda: A Link to the Past.
What? Okay.
Link to the Past. Bro missed my entire rant earlier.
He did. He was actually away, wasn't he? About how like you're wrong and stupid, James. Say
I have Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Probably
on
definitive
Wii.
edition.
Definitive. Okay. Love.
This one's for my boy Alistair. Pokemon Black 2 and White 2.
Horrible.
That was
Wait.
the guy that dies to custard, by the way. And for me, this is where I put Mario 3.
Can we get a little JPEG of custard
I'm
on the
glad
screen?
that I could tell you were gonna have it somewhere by the way you agreed with what I was saying.
That is recency bias, but James, Link to the Past. We all called it wrong and bad earlier. But explain.
Okay, so we needed a Zelda game that's undeniable, and a Zelda game needed to be high because of its impact and everything. However, I'm not going to say I'm the biggest Zelda fan. I haven't actually beaten A Link to the Past. So the big 3 would be A Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, I felt like other people would likely to mention, and while it's interesting for what it is, I don't think it's a great Zelda game with what makes a Zelda game, or what I like in a Zelda game. It's a good game.
That's fair.
Doesn't mean you can't
Ocarina
put
of
in
Time?
2 Zelda games.
Yeah, but that's why I put
Ocarina of
a
Time.
regular Zelda and also
Yeah.
Breath.
Yeah. See, I didn't have the space because I had to fit in Astral Chain. Remember?
Of course, you
Um,
needed
And
Astro.
not Xenoblade 1.
Yeah,
not
Xenoblade. You know what,
Xenoblade
James? Your list sucks. I'm sorry, but continue.
Not Oscar calling something bad.
Continue.
So it was between Ocarina of Time and A Link to the Past, and I had no SNES games represented at the point I was choosing, and felt like A Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time both featured like the same Zelda formula.
True.
It's just Ocarina of Time, I feel like, had more growing pains with being like the first of its kind. That has a massive impact. It deserves to be on this list. It deserves to be in the top 15. But I put A Link to the Past there because I wanted to represent 2D Zelda, felt like other people would represent 3D Zelda, and just personal perspective
I
of
guess.
wanting an SNES game there as well, due
Is
to
this the
what I
part-
have elsewhere.
Is this the part where I get to say that Mega Man Legends came out a year before Ocarina of Time and did everything the same but better? Except story. Okay. But like gameplay and
Visual
3D transition, and gameplay.
Like I can get why you have other Zeldas here, Breath of the Wild and Ocarina of Time, and even a Link Between Worlds. Though A Link Between Worlds is so impactful because it's a reimagining of A Link to the Past. It's the same map. It's
Yeah.
like it builds off A Link to the Past. I just felt like A Link to the Past fit well. Yeah.
That's fair enough. Then Xenoblade we've talked about. Black and White 2.
Wait, I've got something different to say about Xenoblade. I don't
Okay,
really care
okay,
about
okay.
Operation White or
Okay.
whatever the fuck. I mean,
He's
that's
a
kind
being
of cool.
of free will, Oscar. He's not just here for you to
That's
ask
crazy.
him
Let me
questions.
talk about it. Okay? Alright, Xenoblade. We've talked about all of them, minus X, but no one cares about X.
What about Warner?
What about Future Redeemed? No, okay, Xenoblade 2 would be my favorite. It does everything so perfectly, but the story, Corner has fallen, billions must die, is the worst plotline of all time.
I'm gonna put the
Yeah.
image on screen.
It's so stupid.
And the
3 is
character
my
designs.
3 is my favorite. I want to say I haven't even beaten 3 yet, but 3 is
Yo.
definitely my favorite. Yeah, what's up?
Yo, side note, can we like make a video on why we just absolutely fucking hate it?
It's my second favorite,
It
guys.
2 is so close. 2 is my Sonic 06. The combat is so fun.
That is an
It's
incredible
the best
quote.
I've ever played.
Xenoblade
Anyway,
2
let
is
me.
my son. Yeah, this will be cut.
For the sake of this going forever, but this is good commentary.
I'll do a two
Yeah,
cuts, like a full release and a quick one. But continue.
Anyway, Xenoblade 1, I've talked about this before, and you guys made fun of me, but in terms of storytelling as an art form, I kind of never really understood the whole video game in its place of it. Like, generally a good story in a game, you could get as a movie or as a book, like Undertale is the go-to, which, you know, you can say what you want about, but people like the story. That story could be told as a book.
I
Or a movie.
strongly disagree with that example, just because of the different routes and stuff.
Maybe
but
Undertale was a terrible example because of how you like
Undertale
mercy
is-
things and stuff.
Yakuza, like
Undertale,
Yakuza
take
0
away your
could
own.
be.
Yakuza, whatever, or
I get what you
even
mean.
Xenoblade. Even like the Xenoblade 3 is a game that I feel like is very cutscene based for its storytelling. Pokemon, James, the story is terrible. But
You could. You shouldn't.
did you know that sometimes the Pokemon might not want to fight each other, and that it could be bad and it hurts them? Did you know that?
I want to see
Yeah.
live
I
action.
know that's
Wallace.
really deep. Anyway, I'm getting through this, but playing through Xenoblade 1, I've talked about the whole area design is the best in a game I've ever played, and the second best would have been 2, but 2 has so many other dumb flaws. But the feeling of traversing around the Mechonis and the Bionis and just looking around with your character and seeing where you are in relation to this grand cosmic being is so interesting and really just a cool experience, because that's the point of the plot. Like, you go back to the plot, the whole point of the plot is they want to live in a world without a god to decide what they want to do. And the whole time you're trying to find your place amongst this god, like where you are. And it just feels like really good level progression. The main place I felt this particularly was underneath the Bionis sword. I just love seeing that. And going up the Mechonis' leg really felt like I was actually traversing up it. And that's why I thought, as an art form, I don't think you could have done that as a montage in a movie or a book. It's just not as interesting. As a game, you have to, like, you're like in there rather than it being described. You get to experience what it's like to feel amongst that.
One of the
And
first things they did was they made the models of the Mechonis and Bionis to work out where they could even logically have areas to be explored.
Yeah,
and then,
that was genuinely like.
Yeah, I've told this.
Fine.
They're
I've been
such
told
good
this before,
developers,
but,
man.
But yeah, that's my reason is why it's so high. Is this is the game that really, as an art form, really makes video games different. Like, this is the one that made me understand it.
I will say, though,
I'll put Danny
I think
DeVito on Instagram.
I think the idea of the story was less man versus god, but rather like the ability to choose, like decide your own fate, like subvert.
I feel like that's
fate.
kind of part of the same.
So I do also kind of
Fun
see
thing
that.
about
without
art,
saying too much,
you get to choose what you get out of it.
without saying too
Whoa!
much, I do often go back to thinking about the early cutscene where Shulk says that, after a pivotal plot point, Shulk says there are two voices inside of him. One where he wanted to find out what happened and why, and one which was just with saying killed over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I will say the only downside is that
Cave, right?
the only downside is that, like, I feel like the game puts so much emphasis, particularly on Shulk, that it doesn't really give the rest of the cast time to shine. They're likable.
Melia, no, other than
but-
Melia.
Other than Melia, yeah.
Like I said, 3 is my favorite. 3 has a much better cast. The combat's better. That's about it, really. I mean, I love the UI, which is apparently contentious for some reason. I think the UI is incredible.
I love how they integrate the UI into, like,
Yeah,
kind of,
like the iris as your
Yeah,
mentoring
that
is
is so
really
cool.
cool.
It has your favorite game mechanic of the flame clock.
Yeah.
Great game design, that one. 3 is a better game. 1 is still a great game. Like, 1 is kind of get the Pokemon Fire Red points of it. Kind of invented a new combat system, which, although raw, I could see the potential in. And obviously they made that. In my opinion, they did it best in 2, but in 3 they evolved on it again, if you want to make that statement. So that's my really long spiel as why Xenoblade is particularly so high, even though as a game it's kind of not really all that.
That's fair enough. That's insightful. Should we move on to Black
It
White
should be
2?
higher.
Yes.
Yes.
I think the last of the pixel art style Pokemon games definitely deserves its place up here, because when people think of the last iteration of what Pokemon used to be before it's
Pokemon has fallen, billions must fall.
transition to 3D.
Oh,
We have
funny.
three
They said
jokes.
I might
Sorry.
cut one of those.
No!
No, Oscar, instead of cutting it, you should cut it out of the video and then duplicate it 3 times, or just back to back, and each time it's slightly faster.
Dude,
Or
the
slower,
shit's
slightly
already
slower.
gonna take an entire 3 days to edit,
Yeah.
I'm slow. Anyway,
anyways, I think overall, just from a visual perspective, Unova is just charming. I think the way the progression is handled in Black and White 2 is done really nicely. And it's just, I feel I know that we said earlier that Oras would be the great entry point to Pokemon, but I feel the pinnacle of Pokemon is definitely Black 2 and White 2, purely because it's the peak of the art style, in my opinion. Oh, well, it's a pretty common opinion, actually.
I
And-
actually disagree there. I think Gen 5 is kind of ugly.
I like the Gen 3 sprite work more, but
I'm not saying it's you're wrong, but I just really dislike the color palette they chose and the UI.
Hmm.
Everything, I don't know if this is something it's just me that's noticed, or maybe it's just playing on the DS screen. But every time you look at anything in Gen 5, it's always very saturated, dark colors. The grass is dark, all the Pokemon are dark, the UI is yeah, it's like the how people talk about the PS3 poop filter, right? It feels like the game is extremely dark. And not to say that's incredible out of context. I just don't like the visual style. Is all?
I think it makes sense as to why it's a little messy in some areas, though. I think it does. While it's very saturated, at the same time I think it does blend together pretty well.
I always
But,
kind of had the bald eagle problem, because it looks really stupid if you look at it directly ahead.
Other than that, yeah, no.
Mario 3. I thought the boomers were gassing it up for no reason, because they like doing that with a lot of bad old games. But I played it this year, and damn, Jesus Christ, how the fuck did they do that on the NES? It is so expansive. It's not. It's snappy. It feels good. The art style is good. The music is incredible. It is just the epitome of old 2D Mario. Everything pre-Soupy era. I think that's the pinnacle. World is also good. It was between World and 3, but I liked 3 so much more than World. I mean, Zach, you also had Mario 3, right? Earlier.
I liked World more than 3, but World felt too new. It wasn't quite the same. World had a few more mechanics. Obviously, the bit, 16 versus 8-bit is a big difference too, but I felt like 3 was a much better representation of classical 2D platforming.
I would agree. That's
Which
why I
is
put
why-
it. And also, I had no NES game. I considered Punch-Out, but yeah. No, Punch-Out is not
Yes,
number
I-
3.
I completely
Punch
forgot
out.
Mario World existed. I don't think it would have replaced anything, but it didn't
Oh,
even
here's
come
one.
close.
This is possibly spoilers, I guess. Not really, but I don't have any more 2D Mario games, right?
Yeah.
What would you say, Mario World or Yoshi's Island 1 is a better game for this?
Mario
Probably
World.
Yoshi's Island. Well, if I didn't have how can I put this? Mario World. However, Yoshi's Island should be considered over Rhythm Heaven.
Yeah, that was like a number 15
Oh,
contender.
I think everyone's had a questionable take. What's my one that you didn't like?
2 fucking
You didn't like
Smash
Mario
Bros
Kart
games
World.
and Mario Kart World.
No,
You know,
You don't know Mario Kart.
we'll argue at the end. We're almost there.
Yeah,
Number
we'll-
3,
we'll fight.
James.
Okay, number 3. You've heard it before. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Alt,
That's
okay.
quite high.
Zach?
I have Breath of the Wild.
Yep. Alt.
Number 3, Galaxy 1.
Galaxy. So no Galaxy mentions up until now. Wow. And I have Super Metroid. So, what do you have to add to Ultimate, James? Why so high?
Oh yeah, I like it. It's
Hot take.
as has been brought up before, it for a while it was what everyone cared about for Nintendo Direct. Like, sure, some people also care about the other games, but a lot of people would just go on exclusively to see the reveal of a new character.
I'm still waiting for Fighters
Okay.
Pass 3.
You're gonna will that
Oscar's
shit
waiting
into
for-
existence for
Oscar's waiting for the
Yeah, I'm
Switch
gonna
to
manifest.
the despicable and intimidating Aaliyah.
I would say it's probably the peak of Nintendo's multiplayer offerings.
Over Splatoon.
That's what I said, and everyone clowned me.
I really like Splatoon, but like I have so many more hours in Smash Bros. And Splatoon is really good, and more people should play Splatoon. Go out and play Splatoon 3 today. That's what I'm saying here. But I don't know. It's Smash Ultimate. It's
Yeah.
really good. It's one of the most popular Switch games. Like,
Can I ask you,
lots
James?
of people have been wanting it. Yes.
You have Splatoon and Mario Party. That feels like competitive and casual covered. So why is Ultimate such high priority when it's just kind of halfway?
Just because, well, partially because of the impact it had on Directs, and
Yeah.
also just the impact it had with Sakurai, and like how Nintendo celebrates gaming. Because Smash Bros. Is a celebration of not only Nintendo but of third parties,
Yeah, like
especially.
like 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim.
Yeah, play that game. Talking about video games with stories, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim would not work in any other medium except for video games.
Pick your own adventure book.
No, it wouldn't.
Okay.
Because it's 13 individual stories, but they're all linked together, and there's a specific, like, you can pick your order and what you do, but there are story locks.
Yeah,
so you have to create a
let's
set of.
let's save that for pitch your top 5 games everyone should play video. How about that?
I'll be so good at that video.
Yeah.
That'd be
Zach,
terrible.
what do you have to add to Breath of the Wild?
Nothing. Game fun. Go play it.
Awesome.
It doesn't
Galaxy.
do anything like incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, same as Zach. I mean, I haven't played it, but it's
You haven't
fun.
played Galaxy and it's your number 3.
Yes.
Bro,
you of all people cannot be
No, no,
complaining.
I have played the
top
shit out of my top 2 and not my number 3 actually.
Editor Oscar, can you like highlight how many games Oscar's actually beaten out of his list?
I'm not
Thank
gonna
you.
do that.
I know.
Galaxy so high. What can you explain a little bit more about why you chose Galaxy of all of them?
It's Galaxy.
That's not fucking helpful. Mario 64 is Mario
like-
No,
64.
no, that's great. That's great. True.
It has
Look, man,
Rosalie
we've been
now.
here for like nearly 2 hours.
Hey,
3
half of this
Yeah,
is
but
going in the
Galaxy-
bin. It's 2 hours.
Well, Oscar,
Half of
but
this
think
is
of all the
going-
good content we've made.
Oh yeah, because that's just gonna give me an hour of my life.
What the fuck else are you gonna do? Be sad on Elite Smash?
No.
Leave this in the video. This is great.
Be sad on Quick Play? Okay,
No.
Oh, you don't have to dox him like that.
okay. Serious faces only. Galaxy.
Oscar's IP
Do you
is
have
one.
anything else more to add to Galaxy?
I mean, well, 3D Mario in itself own right is really iconic, right? And like most people would say like, oh, but like if it's 3D, then wouldn't you recommend something like 64? But I feel like
Put on the dumb voice
we've
for what I
had,
just
like-
said.
No. We've
Bro, hit him
definitely
with the
we've
Was that
we've
Tuck's
definitely
pain?
had we've definitely had a discussion about how like 64 as a game is like a bit like not up to, it doesn't hold up that well.
I would
I feel like, yeah,
It's like Mario 1, Mario 3, 64 Galaxy. I see your point.
Severely enjoyed Gun Mario way more
That is
than
true.
Mario
Give it a quick
64.
Okay, and then may I move on to Super Metroid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you beaten Super Metroid? That's the first question.
Super Metroid is a very good video
Oh.
game. It was very influential. It is my pick for the SNES. Yeah, I think that's the only SNES game I've got, right? Yeah. It's just...
Don't you have Donkey Kong Country? No, you don't.
No,
have
I
Donkey
don't.
Kong
I have
Country.
DK94. I'm the only Game Boy person besides Pokemon Red.
I have Pokemon Red.
I said, but...
So I'm the only Game Boy person apart from someone else.
Aren't you so special?
Everyone stop talking so I can cut. Everyone shut up. Breathing noises. They're going in the video. Super Metroid is an incredibly impactful game on like everything in the gaming industry, with the whole concept of a Metroidvania coming out of this one. I wanted to have a Metroid, same as everyone else, but I didn't like Prime all that much. I didn't like Dread all that much. I did beat Dread. I 100%ed Dread, and I didn't like it that. I don't know if I did almost everything. I remember thinking, oh, I can't be fucked to do that. So I did almost everything in Dread. So I can confidently say that I didn't love it. And Super Metroid is just, it's mainly the legacy, really. Like, it still holds up. It feels good to play. I got the grapple beam and beat the first 2 bosses, I think. But it's just one of those games that's really way better with either a guide or a magazine, or your friend who
That's
beat
not
the game
expensive.
last summer, you know?
Or your friend who beats the game every 2 months.
Yeah,
Or
Custard
your friend
Boy.
who's literally remaking the game right now.
Yeah, literally Custard Boy. But that's the original,
No, he's
right?
remaking you it.
And the original is
On NES.
Dookie dog shit in terms of game feel. I haven't beat that one, but I wanted a Metroid. I think it's the most iconic Metroid. It influenced the gaming sphere so much, and it would just feel super incomplete to not have it in the list. Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
Prime was
Okay.
my Metroidvania type. But, yeah.
Number 2.
Okay. My number 2 is going to surprise everyone because you're going to ask what's left for number 1 before.
It's in Nintendo Stashed.
Maybe.
Hit me.
Oh, yeah. Mario 64 is my number 2. I said.
Mario 60. You didn't. You cut out.
Oh, Mario 64.
Okay. Mario 64. Zach.
Mario Galaxy 2.
Galaxy 2.
No. I feel like that shouldn't be a surprise.
Not coming from you. Lars.
Odyssey.
Odyssey, I see. And for the first time, we've got two in the same round. It's Odyssey, I see. Oh, Mario. Okay.
I really thought it'd be one.
Oh, Mario.
So,
Okay,
Mario 64.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you need a Mario.
True.
I think we all can agree on that.
No,
You
none of
need a
us
Switch.
agree, actually.
We all hate Mario.
Yeah, the Galaxy 2 and 2
Um,
Odysseys.
I think I'm the only, out of us four, I'm the only one that's beaten
Gonna pick
64.
I've been 64.
Oh. Have
Is
you
that like
100%
half
in
of
64?
No, because I didn't really like it. I gotta
Fair,
say these stuff.
the coins. But I didn't have Ocarina of Time here, so I needed 64 for that impact on gaming as a whole. Because you, like, it would be difficult to argue that a game had a larger impact on gaming than Mario 64,
In some
especially
aspects.
3D gaming.
Wasn't Croc being developed
it-
before Mario 64 though?
Yeah, but Oscar, how often do you hear people talk about Croc?
In Timothy Cool's latest video.
I'm gonna
I'll
act
cut
like I
that
know
bit,
who
sorry.
it is.
So yeah,
But
big
yeah, like
impacts.
Mario 64 is kind of there for the legacy pick. If I could, like, my favorite 3D Mario is Odyssey, but I feel like because I didn't have Ocarina of Time, Mario 64 was kind of boring to be there. Like, it has its problems. It's definitely dated in some areas, but it's Mario 64. Like,
Can I ask, did you consider 64DS?
no.
Okay, that was pretty up and down. Do you have anything else to add? Or
64DS doesn't have an analog trigger. It only has the D-pad.
that's true. Zach,
Anything else to add? Play Trails in the Sky first chapter.
that isn't okay.
Yeah.
Zach,
Huge. Galaxy 2 over Galaxy 1. There's kind of not really that. I mean, there's a lot to say, but also I don't want to make it too long. 2 is a much more refined game. The power-ups are better. The movement feels, I mean, it's the same, but I don't know. I like the worlds more. The music is better. That's the big one. Mario Galaxy 1 has higher highs that people remember, but it only has like 3 good songs. 4. I'll give it 5. Whereas Galaxy 2, pretty much every Galaxy is consistently good. Could listen to all the music from that game. I just think it's 1 and 2, they're pretty much the same. I just think the 2 is just a better version. It's kind of like the Tears Breath
yeah,
argument,
it is the
but
same, really, isn't it?
I think the thing with Breath or Tears is that it kind of brought in new weird flaws over Breath, like a worse story. They got rid of the runes, which is my favorite part of Breath of the Wild. I thought that was kind of crazy.
Lots of plot holes.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas
They shit all over you.
in 2, they don't really make anything worse. They kind of streamline it a little bit, which I think is better personally. Like the Comet Observatory, I get it's got aura, but first, the Starship Mario is actually cool. I'm ready to have that conversation.
Whoa.
And 2, it's so much more convenient. Galaxy 1, they would really caught up with the whole motion controls bit. Like they really try to force feed it to you to the point where it wasn't fun. Especially like if anyone's played Rolling Gizmo Galaxy, like that sucks. That level genuinely sucks. Whereas the rolling levels in 2 are way cooler. The post game is also much better. Like I actually like the green stars. I think they're cool. The prankster comments are much more interesting. And most importantly, the final level is really cool. Like it has a really good final level. In my opinion, the best in Mario ever. Whereas in Galaxy 1, it's lame as hell.
I'll take your word for
Yeah,
it.
that's about it.
That's a fair enough
And also the level
explanation.
design. People always talk about the level design being more streamlined. Like it's more like a level rather than like an atmosphere. But you're lying to yourself if you ever played Galaxy 1 and not just gone towards the Star Wars. No one's running around exploring, and a lot of times it just feels like a waste of space, or it's kind of annoying or tedious. Like it's not the same as Breath of the Wild where you actually feel like you're going around places. You kind of just like run and you're like, oh great, that was a waste of my time. But
Fair enough.
I
That's all.
will say the green stars, there are too many green stars, is my only...
If it was 1 green star per galaxy, it would be perfect. But they made it 1 per each star, so it could be 240, which sucks. But the idea is really good. But it's just there's too many of them.
Time for a double-decker Odyssey, yes, see. You go first.
Dude, it's the same reason as Galaxy. It's Odyssey. Like, the whole unique mechanic of Odyssey and just the world in general, like, it was marvelous. Like, it looks so amazing from a visual standpoint as well. And the music just hits all the right, like, brain spots. It triggers the happy chemical, you know?
Well, I do know, as a matter of fact, it's my favorite single-player video game of all time by a long way. I put it because I wanted to have 2D Mario and 3D Mario represented, and I didn't want to oversaturate it.
Number 1.
You will get there when we get there, okay? And by that I mean maybe 45 seconds. Odyssey is the best Nintendo game ever made that is for one player, I think. And even outside of that, it's a great representation of 3D Mario because it encapsulates both the 2D, not 2D, the small areas and the big areas. Like, it encapsulates all the stuff 64 does with going to get the stars and the incredible movement mechanics, except it's actually, like, good in modern day, as well as the more succinct sort of platforming challenges with all of the sub-levels and the freedom and variety. I don't know, I could rant about this game for hours, but...
It always feels like there's something to do in Odyssey.
yeah.
Like, every time I've, like, watched, like, a clip of, like, someone playing the game, whether it be, like, a speed run or...
That's
like,
the other thing.
just general, like, just... Like, they just look like they're having so much fun. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I mean-
such a beautiful thing to see, honestly.
Like Zach said with the competitive scene, I don't really think that speedrunning was something on my mind. But if you had to pick a Nintendo game for speedrunning, it's got to be Odyssey, right? Odyssey or Breath?
I'll take
Maybe
64.
64, maybe.
Maybe I'm just
Or
way
even
too, like,
Ocarina.
into Odyssey. But,
There's definitely a
To be
few.
fair, how long have you spent playing bingos?
hundreds of... That's probably not true. Tens of hours.
Massive
That's not
number.
really,
Just truly
that
incredible.
impressive.
Honestly, it's like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's also like a kind of game, if you get what I mean. Like, it's a type of game that'll like it'll tuck you into bed and give you a kiss on the forehead, you know. I really
No,
like Odyssey,
you've lost
like, even
me.
though I'm only 20.
Incredible commentary.
No,
I want Mario to tuck me into bed
I-
too, bro.
when I was
What
when
are
I
you
was
talking
playing Odyssey, I don't know. I just felt so whimsical. Okay, like, even though I only played it for like 20 hours or so.
James, how
But
many hours do we have?
It's
I probably have around 160.
How many hours do I have? Hold on 1 second, viewers.
This isn't getting edited.
I think it is.
Leave this on.
It's not. It's
Hey.
not on the thing. I think it's at least a couple hundred.
Hey, I don't know, Oscar. Can you add Oscar like checking it, like a recording of him checking, like
Yeah,
counting
sure,
and not being
sure.
able to?
Are we ready to move on
Why-
to lucky number one?
Why are you treating Editor Oscar like a completely different character?
That's how the underdogs do it.
Yeah, that's a future
Oh.
me problem.
Oh,
So-
we come back. We come
Number
back
one.
with, like, no original.
I feel like number one's going to be interesting given what's already been said.
Yeah, let's go.
I feel like you could
James.
guess what mine is.
So my number one is Donkey Kong, the original arcade game.
Fucking boomer. Zach.
Bro, this
Uh,
ain't pixels.
Mine's all but gone. Mine's Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina, yep, and Lol.
Breath of the Wild.
Yep, okay. Has anyone got a guess from me?
Mega Man Legend.
Oh, wait, what-
My
what was it?
favorite
What was
Nintendo
supposed to
game.
be honorable mention?
No, that's
Paper
all.
Mario
We can do that.
Origami King.
It's
Paper
not that.
Mario Origami King.
Yeah, my number one is
True.
Arms. That's not true. That's not true. It's Wii Sports Resort.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
So James, what the fuck?
Well, okay, it was between Donkey Kong and the Ultra Head toy.
No,
I
it
mean,
was
that's a
not.
joke. It was always Donkey Kong. Basically, because we wouldn't have Nintendo without Donkey Kong.
That's true, but
If we are making the 15, if we're picking the 15 game to represent Nintendo, it all started with Donkey Kong.
I guess that is kind of why I have Donkey Kong 94, because it encapsulates that. But I didn't want to spend an entire slot on my list on one of the most unfun video games that I've ever played.
Yeah, but that
The only experience I've had playing the original Donkey Kong is during the tournament thing.
The
You have
NES
like
World
5
Championship.
minutes because you can beat the whole game in that.
Yeah.
It's
But
3
I don't
levels.
want to play fucking Donkey Kong. I can do
On
other
NES.
things in those 5 minutes.
I'm not gonna act like Donkey Kong's the most fun game. I'm not gonna act like Donkey Kong's my favorite Nintendo game. I'm not gonna act like Donkey Kong would be in my top 100 games. However, if we are making a list to represent the best of Nintendo, trying to represent Nintendo, you need Donkey Kong.
I can see that perspective. Anything else, or are we
And with the
moving on to
context
Zach?
of with the context of what I was given, this list wasn't supposed to be my favorite game. It was supposed to be the game to represent Nintendo. That was what I was told when
That is true.
when I asked what was needed of this list. It's Donkey Kong.
Okay, Zach.
Yeah.
There's not really a ton to explain.
Yeah.
This is the Zelda game in my opinion. I had to pick. It's kind of like what you did with Auras, where I was like, I wanted to pick 3D Mario games, but I didn't really like 64 that much. But I needed a classic, and I could kind of break even with Ocarina, which I was always going to put in anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not really a ton to say. Game good.
Fair enough. Breath of the Wild.
Pretty much kind of same reason as Zach, like 3D Zelda, and well, as we were discussing earlier, revolutionized a genre.
I don't know if I'd go that
Oh.
far, but yeah, I see your point.
Yeah.
And this is where I get to gas up Wii Sports Resort, I think. Was it really that surprising that I had it at number 1?
It just shows that you value it more.
I
as
thought
its
you would.
identity.
I thought you were dead serious about ARMS for a moment.
I knew he was going to say
I'm just like my number 25.
I'm kind of surprised ARMS didn't make the top whatever.
Bro called me out for 3 hours just to put ARMS on his number
Yeah.
1.
I adore ARMS. Okay, viewers, if you haven't picked that up, I adore ARMS, but I mean, look at the fucking channel icon. It's Lollipop right now, but
He's
No,
never
Wii
had-
Sports Resort.
That he put into the min section of fucking render origin.
well, no, there's an error actually. I knew this after uploading, but Min Smash render like fades in ominously. But go watch that later. Go check out the other videos, haha. But no, Wii Sports Resort is the perfect encapsulation of casual Nintendo. The Wii is the most important thing that they've done for keeping the business alive, right? Sold like everyone and their mom had a Wii. Their whole idea of family friendliness was sort of pushed to the extreme with the Wii. And Wii Sports was a tech demo. So Wii Sports Resort being the thing that everyone wanted is just like, I guess it's the same thing as like Auras really, where it's not the progenitor, but it is like the good version of their concept. And it is a fantastic, fantastic game to play with people that are not gamers, right? Even just alone.
Literally every time I have people visit, we play Wii Sports Resort.
I
Yeah.
would say I would say Wii Sports Resort. I understand that being on your list. I disagree with it being number 1 though.
Think about what Nintendo is
no.
as a company. They stand out because they're like family friendly, right?
I get Oscar's point. I can see Wii Sports
I
Resort.
think it's just a difference in how we interpreted our lists.
Which
Like, I
is
think
what
it's just
makes
that
this
simple.
interesting.
yeah, I mean,
Something
if you're-
art.
Like
Yeah.
I do think a game like Wii Sports definitely does represent Nintendo as the company, the best. Not to like glaze them, but I mean that's what this entire list has been, hasn't it?
It's entirely.
Yeah, we could also spend- We could also
I'm
spend
gonna
2
buy
hours
every
like
Pokemon
shitting on
game.
them, but
Scarlet and Violet has no arrows.
Yeah.
Perfect. Devil's Third. Chibi Robo Siplash.
Zombie
Chibi
Yeah, when are you gonna make a Chibi Robo
Viewers,
video? Viewers at home,
for
Oscar has got a
context,
Chibi Robo video in the works. That
Yeah,
is
and,
Chibi Robo
um,
Ziplash was so bad it sent one of us to the hospital.
yeah, this fucking idiot literally got like a seizure because of TV Robo Ziplash.
Hey, that's not fair.
It's his fault. We're not gonna give them context.
Okay.
This
Uncle
idiot
Terry.
had a heart attack and died. Oh yeah,
I
James
shouldn't
did.
have eaten
Yeah,
hamburger.
Terry,
Okay. So Uncle Terry is Oscar's uncle.
Yeah, he's my real, very non-shiny Rick Racer uncle. Anyway, to get back on track, Wii Sports Resort, I just figured that my interpretation of the question was that it represents what the company of Nintendo is the best. It is family friendly, it is creative, it is tactile and fun to just experience. And it's good like with people. And also, I don't know, the Wii. Maybe it shouldn't be
Okay.
number one, but I think it should be like top
what was
5.
What was your favorite thing to do on Wii Sports Resort? Actually,
If it's not sword fighting, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Island
Surely
Fire,
yeah. Oh,
like when you go in the plane and just like fuck
The
around.
archery was pretty. Oh yeah, the free flying mode was so. I could never find the last checkpoint. I went everywhere.
I want to hear your number one best and number one worst pick that you didn't have.
Number one best pick that I didn't have was Xenoblade Chronicles 1.
Okay.
My favorite game of all time.
We're not doing
Like,
that.
what were you expecting? And the worst pick, honestly, Star Fox 64.
Aww.
Zach, you're up next.
I'm trying to think of what I didn't pick.
What
In
was
terms
like
of games,
someone?
The best game I didn't pick was Galaxy 1, but like in terms
like,
of
as
something
a
that I
pick.
think deserves to be on the list, I didn't pick Animal Crossing because I never played it, which I did want to. What else was mentioned? Like late into the rounds, because I stopped keeping track. Xenoblade 3. I probably wouldn't have made that pick. I think it would probably be Animal Crossing. I just couldn't fit it in. And the worst pick, it might be Star Fox 64. I really thought Donkey Kong was bad, but Star Fox 64 really doesn't deserve a spot, and I can at least understand where James is coming from.
Okay.
My turn. Alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for my worst pick first. Would probably be Animal Crossing New Horizons.
No one
I-
picked that.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone picked New Leaf.
Yeah,
Well,
one-
I think
that'd
you've
be your worst-
misunderstood the assignment.
Or have I? Who put Star Fox 64 in the list?
Oscar.
Oscar!
Guys, come on!
I don't remember any of the other.
Please don't triple down.
You know what? Like, I don't. Like, why? Hold
So
on.
New Super B was questionable.
No,
But
shut
that
the
was
fuck.
Lala's pick. Lala
the fuck
had the worst
up.
pick that he didn't choose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to think of other things I could have.
Yeah, based off what I've heard, it might be Star Fox 64. I'm sorry, bro.
Come on. Okay, and what was the best pick that you didn't make? Where you're like, oh, they kind of have a point actually. Please be Rhythm Power.
No, I was gonna say Rhythm Heaven.
Surely
That,
it's not.
that was a good one. That was a good
I
one.
would not. I disagree.
Okay, I think the
Honorable
worst
mention.
pick.
No, nothing. Don't worry.
Okay.
The only other worst pick, mind you.
There were some
Yeah.
real stinkers. James, why did you have Astral Chain?
Oh,
It was
yeah.
number 15.
Number 15 is a bit.
And it, like, no one else represented, like, the second party Nintendo games. Like
Because it's not Nintendo.
Xenoblade! Xenoblade!
Yeah, I was
that.
thinking
That's different. That's
Xenoblade.
Nintendo owned.
Bro.
Like, you could have, like, no one had, like, a Warriors game. Like, you could have represented something around Nintendo working with other developers.
I think the
Like,
best pick. I can't believe no one else had Pikmin actually. I think the best pick that I
Oh, it was
didn't
an honorable
do
mention.
would probably be Earthbound, just because I really wanted to include something that showed off how weird Nintendo was. Only Zach.
I liked your reasoning, Zach, for Earthbound.
The fact that
Just
people
the
still like it.
inspiration of-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think that's that, fellas.
I want to
Wait,
give a quick.
time to
honorable
turn on
mention.
the epic YouTuber voice.
I want to give a quick honorable mention to like the greatest platformer that Shiggy has ever made by himself. Like
Mario Maker
with
2?
his... No, Celeste.
What's that demon one called?
Toasty.
Demon
Yeah.
one?
The one with the assist trophy.
The one with the devil. That was a Japan only Famicom game.
Yeah, but Shiggy made that.
Did he?
And it didn't get westernized because it had
Yeah,
had
it's from
satanic-
Devil World.
Devil World, that's it. Good name, guys.
Did Kojima
uh,
write this?
Honorable mention: Bayonetta Origins. It's such a weird.
That was
like,
not
hidden
that
bit.
good, bro.
Yeah, but like it's an honorable mention of like something that you wouldn't expect. Like it was.
I was thinking Yoshi's Story. I mean Yoshi Island, the first one.
Unhonorable mention: Devil's Third. I've heard it's
Unhonorable.
bad.
Bro, you can't talk, Oscar.
I am.
Editor Oscar, can you put the tally of the count of Oscar having not beaten at the center of the screen and like make the
That's
text
actually a
change
great.
colors?
Ding ding ding! Big exclamation marks, red text, yippee! Is that all? We're at 2 hours and 23 minutes 53
one
seconds.
One final editor note. Put your favorite list on screen.
For me or
He's
for
gonna pick his
No,
own.
for editor Oscar.
What?
Sure, man. Sure, man. I'm gonna put in arms. You know, I might release the 9/11 cut another day.
You know that's what we're all gonna put in the comments now.
Good night, Tri-State area.
Clamoring for the 9/11 cart.
Thank you
Oscar,
for
if you like
watching.
to